Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, Gorehounds? And welcome to another fabulous episode of the Gore N More podcast. I am your not-so-mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing this shit show in. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my horror homies, and I need to switch you all fucking around. Hold on here. I'm throwing myself all off.
Yeah, that could change around.
I don't know. Anyways, with me, as always, is my Dark Lord, that Chad Daddy, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
We have the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scubacaba, the Dean of the Deceased,
The Prince of the Paranormal, the Ghost Daddy. All
There you
that
go.
sexy shit. That's right,
Yeah.
it's me, guys. Hi, babies.
It's Steve Vasquez. And we have that lovable yet deadly killing machine, that giant meat mountain, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good afternoon.
Size of
fuck-
Jason's machete.
Good afternoon, fuckers. I'd show you my meat, but he is hanging low right now.
Woo! All right.
What's up, Heather?
Apologize for looking low. I'm just
Hi,
trying to get
Heather.
ready to start sharing this mother liquor.
I was just
And
doing
if
that
y'all-
myself.
So I'm going to do the same
I
thing.
did the
And if
same
y'all
shit.
chiming in, you could do that as well. That'd be great. We would love you for it, and it'd super help us out.
Hell yeah. Share.
Share the shit
Right.
out of this.
Always. So,
Share it, and you get a free nude pic of all of us on your OnlyFans.
What?
who's OnlyFans?
All of ours.
I don't have OnlyFans.
Yes, you do. We
Yes, you
downloaded
do.
it for you.
You
Nobody
just don't
told
know
you.
We can make a Gore
Exactly.
More one, I guess.
We have an OnlyFans, and it's all fucking Photoshop photos of all of us.
Yo, I'm
We
fine
should
with that.
totally do that.
I am fine with that. We'll get Gallo right on it, dude. We'll put him on payroll.
The customers,
But like
customers
really,
tell me what they want, and I make it happen.
but like really badly photoshopped, like on a like an African American body or something.
Yes.
Like, don't even try and make it.
And it's not
look real.
blackface because we're still this color, so it's fine.
That's right.
Our wieners are
Oh,
just a
man.
lot bigger. Well,
Dude, Robo's
the
in
three
the
of us.
chat.
What's up, Tyler?
Robofuck, what's up, buddy?
Oh my God, Robo!
What up, Jesse? Heather? All right,
I'd
so
buy that
today
for $1.
is,
Continue.
oh my God, June
Babos, what's up,
12th,
Daddy?
right? June 12th, 2023. And, well, we're continuing tradition of our semi-year long. Yeah, pixelated pics, you know it. It's going to be like old school dial-up where you got to fucking wait for that shit. dude.
Now we're going
And you know what? It's going to stop right at the fucking V. Right?
Right
at the
right
goods.
at the point of the V where you're starting
Right-
to see the bush. That's where it's
right.
like, what's up?
No, first
Nicole,
of all,
how's it going?
there's no bush. There's no bush. So it's just top of shaft.
No, but they're all
honestly.
80s photos though. So
Oh.
there is bush.
Oh.
It just
No, they're-
depends. It depends on what movie we're reviewing that week.
No, they have to be Polaroid, so we have to shake them out.
No. It's all just us photoshopped onto Angela's body from Sleepaway Camp.
Done. Give me a couple more inches. Anyways,
It's going to make me look small. I'm not doing that.
before we talk about what the fuck we are here to talk about today, which is some delicious Part 6, Jason Lives, Friday 13th. Fucking A, you know it, you love it. And if you don't know, I don't know what the fuck. We're going to spoil some shit, I guess, you know. Whoops.
If you haven't seen the movie by now,
Yeah, dude.
That's
what are
all
you
there's
just
no-
doing with
Why
your
you
life?
listening?
Come on.
Yeah.
There are no spoilers. If you haven't seen it, you suck. Continue, John.
Anyways, before we even can talk about that, we need to talk about what the fuck we did in the past week or weekend, however you want to talk about that. So, Steve, if you could please.
ladies and gentlemen of the Gore N More podcast, it is now time for your Slice of Life.
There was a
Damn.
tingle down there.
That was
Oh.
Oh.
That was super deep.
Ooh.
Chad Daddy, you want
Yes,
to
sir.
start us off, homie?
Dude,
How you
I
doing?
didn't do jack shit this weekend. It was a pretty lazy weekend. I did finally start Hogwarts Legacy. I'm a little late to the game because I was letting the wife, finish her playthrough first. If she would sit downstairs and play it, I'd be up here watching the movie because I didn't want to get spoiled on it.
Oh, that's fair. I still haven't beaten that fucking thing, dude. I got to go
Me
back
neither.
to it.
She's got a few more things to do, but she beat the main story. And I gotta tell you, that's a really fun fucking game.
dude. Right? It's so good.
Mhm. Like
It's so good. What?
Oh my
Did I
Oh,
fucking-
shit,
my
it
God.
does.
Bottom of part 4.
Hold on.
Good
Thank
catch,
you for
Heather.
that.
Good catch.
Wow. Somebody's dyslexic today. That's me.
Yeah.
Somebody's dyslexic.
What's up, Jordan?
So what did I? Yeah, I did that. Mother-in-law came over yesterday. We did some work, around the house, and then today cleaned up in the basement today.
I can't believe I just did that. Cleaned up the basement, huh?
Yeah, well, it's a work in progress. By the way, Scoobs, before you came here, we had an English discussion because Big Johnny D thought there was supposed to be a colon between Friday
Yeah,
the 13th
I
and
was-
part, and then another colon after part 6.
What?
Yeah, I was all messed up.
Oh,
Art
buddy.
thou
So I had to
feeling
give him
it?
an English lesson. But yeah, aside from that, I haven't really watched any movies, anything. It's been pretty relaxed. And I'm really happy to say, I showed you guys the picture yesterday. My kids have really been into playing my Mortal Kombat arcade machine.
That
Hell
was
yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
I
that
loved
was
seeing
cool.
that. That was so cool.
Well, they decided over the weekend they just started, really getting into it and playing it. And I'm like, well, I have the Ultimate MK3 guide somewhere, and I thought it was in the basement, but apparently I dug it up at some point and brought it up here with the hopes of showing them, and I just kind of forgot about it. So it took me a while to find it, and I brought it back down, and my son's just like ecstatic. He's just like reading it cover to cover. Yesterday he's sitting there reading me like all the bios and who's really enemies with who and who killed who, and like anyway, I'm glad to see him really excited about it. So hopefully he'll want to play some of the other games later on. Yep, I have the full size
Nice.
one of that. It's funny because he said he has that. Your mic's dead.
I muted myself, so I
There you
didn't
go.
make less. I'm sorry.
No, I have the MK trilogy pocket size book like that, which has basically all the same moves. But,
Bro, look, it's still got the old school Walmart sticker partially on there, man.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think I probably got mine from. I guess it would have been an electronics boutique back in the day instead of GameStop now.
EB
Oh,
Games,
man.
baby. EB
I
Games.
I actually took this bitch to the arcade in back pocket, man. Like this thing has actually done road travel on
It did its
That's
job.
cool.
It
Nice.
did. It really did, man. And once again, that's another thing that just doesn't exist.
Dude, no joke.
And it never
I
will.
have packed away somewhere in the basement the little. I don't know if you remember back when MK2 came out and GamePro.
I was
It was either GamePro or Electronics Gaming Monthly had little guides. It was in 2 parts and it gave all the
Yes.
moves and fatalities. And I still have those somewhere.
Fuck yeah, dude. Didn't they have cards? Is that what it was?
No, it was like a
No.
it was like a magazine almost.
But it was EGM though, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Dude, they always had the sickest cover art and shit back in the day, man.
Dude, I loved EGM over fucking GamePro.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know why. I just always loved that one more.
Better articles. They actually had cheat codes and shit in there. There was a lot of different stuff, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome, man.
Let's see. I don't think anything else is new. So, Lord Scuba Cabra, what's new with you, brother?
Well, I almost died this weekend and I regret all of it. So I am not on summer vacation just yet, but my mind is on summer mode already. And so I don't work Fridays. My schedule is great. I work from 8 to 3, Monday through Thursday. So Thursday's my Friday. And coincidence, I work Thursday night. So we're having summertime theme parties at the bar, which we've never done before. And I was super excited. And the first one was thrown to me, which I don't know why they made me do it. It was an R&B lovers and friends party. What the fuck do I know about R&B music? Well, let me tell you what I know about R&B music. I know everything about R&B music because don't judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait.
Steve.
Isn't that the song by fucking Ludacris and Usher?
Yes, it is.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Yes, it is. So we
so
had
you
a
just played
lovers
that
and
the whole
theme-
time, right?
It was just no, I didn't play it. I sang it though. But
There
it
you
was
go.
it was like R&B hits all fucking night. Took me back to like my high school days when I was on the fucking phone trying to get in girls' pants, singing them fucking R&B songs and shit. So,
Hitting on girls in
dude,
middle school.
And so I
Nice.
fucking, this is how I dress. I wear fucking jeans and a goddamn flannel 365 days out of the year. I decided, you know what? Since it's a theme party, I'm going to dress up. So I wore a nice black shirt tucked in with this nice vest and some black slacks. I looked fly as fuck, but I still wore my Chucks because I don't give a fuck what I wear. I'm wearing my goddamn Chucks. So, yes, Tyler, I was reliving my glory days that night. And drinks just kept coming. They just kept coming. And I am drinking them, having the time of my life. The bar's having a blast. I don't remember when I blacked out, but I blacked out. And I still finished the night, and it was a great fucking night. And everybody complimented me the next day. My phone was blowing up with people like, man, you were on point last night. Like, you did so badass. And I was like, oh, thanks. I don't remember. And, you know, I woke up and I was like, man, I feel okay. I don't feel fucking horrible. I probably should have thrown up last night, but I didn't. So I was like, that's going to be a problem because when I drink a lot and I don't make myself puke, that's when I get super sick the next day. So 11 o'clock comes on Friday, and I literally I feel like the life was just sucked out of me. And
Not in a good way.
not in a good way, not in the girlfriend way.
That's
in
your
a
soul
way
getting
like
sucked out, Johnny.
like a demon just came and just was
Yeah.
like, meh. I've never felt that fucking hungover in my entire fucking life. I couldn't keep anything down. I couldn't keep anything in. It was whoo. But it was a good night for everybody else. The next day I died. I felt so shitty. Okay. Because I do work Friday nights. It was 9 o'clock at night. I got up out of bed finally to go take a shower to get ready for work. As I'm standing in the shower, I start getting dizzy. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. So I finish the shower. I go to throw my boxers on, and immediately I'm like, oh, I gotta puke. I'm still super hungover. I cannot fucking go to work. So I text the other DJ that works the day shift, and I was like, hey bud, can you work a double? Like, I hate to do this to you. 15 minutes so I'm supposed to be in, but I feel like dog shit still. Like I probably fucking have alcohol poisoning, to be honest with you, man. And he didn't message me till like 9:29. I live like a minute away from the bar, so I was good. I get there late. I do what I want, whatever. So as I'm getting ready and I'm about to put my shoes on, he finally texts, yeah, go ahead and you can work my Sunday. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank you, baby Jesus. So I slept. I woke up Saturday and I still felt like shit. Went to work. I had to work a double because he changed his mind and was like, oh, well, can you work my early shift and just work a double on Saturday? And I was like, dude, I still feel like shit, but yes, I will work for you. Went in, people were trying to buy me shots. I was get the fuck out of my face. I don't want any fucking alcohol. I was in such a bad mood because just the smell of the alcohol was just fucking making me just. Then Sunday came along and I still felt like shit on Sunday. And I told Mel, I was like, damn, like my stomach's still fucked up. And she's like, you think it's from the drinking? I'm like, yeah, I think 1000% it's from the drinking. So I have come to the conclusion that I can no longer drink like I'm 20, which I already knew, but fuck my life.
That doesn't work like that anymore.
Yeah. And my weekend was just wasted because I didn't do anything. I didn't do my laundry. I didn't fucking, I mean, the pile of my laundry's right there. It's there. It's done. It's just not put up. And yeah, no. So Mel had to baby me. It was bad. Charlie
Your soul died.
Yes,
Your soul said, "Fuck you."
My soul was like, nope. Even last night when we were watching Friday the 13th, I was still kind of like, oh. I made Instant Pot spaghetti for dinner so that Mel and I could watch it, and I ate like a little portion. I was like, I'm done. Like I was just so fucking.
Welcome to middle age, buddy.
It's not greasy food, man.
Yeah.
You need greasy food to come back on that shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, I couldn't. It was just bad. It was bad. So that's what I did this weekend, Bobby.
Well, I did not get white girl wasted.
I was beyond white girl
No,
wasted.
you were white girl.
I was like,
you were white girl blackout.
I was beyond that. And what is beyond white girl wasted is my Mexican ancestor wasted. That's how
White girl wasted
I
is fun though, because that's just when you're at the woo stage where everything's just
yeah.
you
Which
start
was probably
slapping
about
signs
11:30.
and shit, dude, and jumping over.
That was
dumb
probably from
shit.
like 11:30 to 1 or to 11:45 that my white girl wasted happened. And then after that, it was just that. I remember.
Nice.
I remember.
All right, so then I guess I'm the one who did get white girl wasted, but that wasn't until Saturday. But I'll get to that in a second. So Friday, I went to my town, bought back their town fair finally after 3 years.
Nice.
So we were there. We went and had food. We, had food, walking around, playing games with my girlfriend and a few friends of ours. That's literally what we did Friday night. Saturday, now, on the other hand, was a wonderful day. Me and my girlfriend went to New York to go hang out with a couple friends of ours and to attend Ghostbusters Day at the firehouse. Where they shot the original and the second one.
Did they let you get? But did they have anything inside? Because all the shots I saw you take were outside.
You were not allowed to go inside.
It's still an active fire station.
Yeah. So the whole thing actually starts at 12. We actually got there at 3, so we caught the tail end of it, which we were kind of wanting to do anyway. We didn't know what to expect.
Did you get to see the Alessi brothers?
No, they were. They left. They weren't there
what
long.
The fuck, man?
Hey! If it ain't no offense to anybody here, but if it ain't the Ghostbusters themselves, I'm kind of like, okay.
Somebody was like, "Wait, dude, somebody wants the Alessi brothers to play in the last 40 years. Fucking bring them out, dude."
Listen, if it was like Ernie Hudson there, I'd be like, "Honey, we're going there right after we get off the train. Tell them to meet us there." But we went. It was cool. I've actually been down that way for deliveries. Never went past it once.
Oh no!
So for me to be like, "Oh shit, this is actually it," but you can like still see inside. Yeah, it's what it looked like. I mean, in '84, because they had to build a set to replicate it. It's exactly what it looks like.
Nice.
They have the Ghostbusters 2 sign that they used in Ghostbusters 2 inside the firehouse on display. They had a replica Ecto 1, which was pretty much...
That was cherry, dude.
Yeah.
That was cherry for sure.
It was nice.
That thing it's such a boat, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is all of 16 foot, dude. It is just like, God damn, that is a car.
I said to my girlfriend, I said, if I had that car, we would never be late to nothing.
I would be late to everything because I'm showing off that bitch everywhere.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to be the one speeding with it with that siren blaring like, get out of my fucking way.
And I'm also going to be late because I'm parking way in the fucking back, not near anybody, and my ass is walking in.
But so no, we did that. It was cool. It was cool to see the firehouse finally, to literally see the car, although it's not the legit one. But to see the car itself. They had a couple of guys still dressed up. So next year we're gonna dress up. Next year we are gonna dress up.
Yeah.
This year was the year. Let's go check it out. Let's just go see what it's about. They did have some merchandise. I know they made T-shirts and there were a few other things, but at that point, I think
they did have mugs and balloons.
No, they didn't. But it was fun. And then after that, all of us, her and our friends, we went to the Grand Soho Hotel for drinks.
Oh,
and
nice.
then we went to Beetle House, also for drinks, which is a Beetlejuice themed bar and restaurant.
No,
all right. Nice. I was like, what is Beetle House?
Look it up. They literally have people dressed up as Edward Scissorhands, Jack Skellington, Beetlejuice, Elvira. They had Wednesday this time. And they have all drinks themed around every...
So it's all Tim Burton themed stuff.
Yeah, but those drinks... I was about 7 in, and I'm over here like, I feel good. I'm like, I feel good. And then on the way in the Uber, on the way back to the train station, Rebecca's just like, how you feel, honey? I'm like, I feel good. With a smile. I feel good.
Oh, you didn't say it. You should have said it like James Brown. I feel good. I feel good.
I couldn't get my voice that high. At that point, I was like, hey, I feel good. And then Sunday was another day. Me and my girlfriend were, again, with more of our friends. We were in Clinton, New Jersey. We went around the little town. Went to a hot dog joint for lunch. And then we went back to their house, played a board game, and just chilled out. That was it. That was my weekend. Nice. I got to celebrate it with the Ghostbusters, so I was happy about that. And good friends and my lady. I got not a fucking complaint.
Super jealous. I showed Mel the pictures. I was all, look where the fuck Bobby's at.
But now I know where it is. So if you guys come to me, it ain't hard to get to. We'll just get on the fucking train and we'll go.
Drive for me. I just got to do it.
Do it.
But
that was shit. That was
if it's 6-hour driving, man.
I know.
If it was 6 hours for me, I'd fucking be there every
I think New York
weekend.
City is about a 6-hour drive for me as well.
Steve, I'm just saying, dude, like I've been to New York City a handful of times. I personally hate it there, dude.
Really, dude, I
I-
loved it so
No.
much.
Yeah, we actually are really loving it.
I
now.
love the
I
hustle and bustle.
don't-
Like the
I'm not a
fucking-
city person.
I felt so claustrophobic, dude, in that whole fucking city. I was just like, nope, get me the fuck out of here now.
I was trying to get mugged. I did all the shit they said not to do.
Homie, no. I was on the subway. There was me and my three. I think I've said this story, but we just got out of Evil Dead the musical. We were covered in blood on the subway. We were the fucking weirdos where everybody's like, yo, dude, y'all okay? Like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. But
Yeah, I don't know,
that was.
man.
But real quick, that was my weekend. Johnny, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Saturday I didn't do shit for some reason. It just was kind of a mad day, not warm enough to really go swimming in the pool, and grass didn't need mowing, nothing. So I literally I passed out early Friday night. Like we were all supposed to take like a family nap and wake up, and the wife and I were gaming. Well, we woke up at like midnight. She's like, "I'm in a game." I'm like, "Nope, I'm still in couch sleep mode, like a really good heavy couch sleep mode where I'm like, if I get up, I'm gonna lose it." So no, I'm committed. So I slept in the basement that night, dude. Woke up at 4 a.m, bro. Family didn't even wake up till 10. So I played MK11. I haven't played games like a game that solid, like for that long of a time in a minute.
Nice.
And it felt fucking good, dude. And the wife's like, well, I want to be a bum. So I played fucking more MK11 that day. And then went to the drive-ins for the first time for this year. Because daughter wanted to see Little Mermaid. So we went and saw that because it was the first movie. And I was going to stay for Fast 10, but dude, Little Mermaid didn't end till like 11:30.
It's a long movie.
And I was like, I don't like if I had a lawn chair with me and I should have brought one, I could have sat outside. It probably would have woke me up with the cool air and shit. But man, I was already dozing during Little Mermaid. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through fucking Fast and Furious. Like, I don't want to be here till 2:33 in the fucking morning. Which Little Mermaid was meh. It's just another fucking cash grab from Disney. Although instead of just adding one new song in there, they added like 3 new songs in there. So, you know.
Scuttle didn't need a fucking song. And Flounder looked fucking weird. And so did Sebastian.
First of all, Sebastian looked like a real crab. So that was kind of like, I get it. Flounder looked better than his original design that they brought up, which that looked even weirder. And then Scuttles was fucking just stupid because they changed Scuttles completely, man. It's not even a seagull anymore. And I'm like, what?
Yep.
And
Yep.
Scuttles doesn't need a rap. I don't care. We don't need that. It just doesn't need to happen.
And they took away like Scuttle's epic moment in Kiss the Girl.
Wow,
Like-
wow, wow, wow. Thank you.
I was
Thank
so
you.
pissed.
I was right there with you, Steve, dude. I set myself up for it to come.
Yeah.
And it didn't come, and I was like,
The chicks never
dude,
came.
It was like a vocal blue ball. It was a vocal blue ball. It was like the fucking.
I understood that reference.
Oh man. So and it was.
I don't even remember what that's from.
Euro trip.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's right. That's
So
right.
like, I gotta ask you because I watched it in the drive-in. Was it? It seemed like a really dark movie.
It was.
Like it was
very
so
dark.
hard to see some shit, dude. Like I could barely see the shark during the whole shark. scene.
Well,
And it could be because I was in
No.
drive-ins, but I'm like, man,
it might have been the drive-in
this-
because it looked horrible.
it felt like a DC film, bro. Like I was
you
like,
could
this is
see,
dark.
Like the
God damn.
CGI was so bad, and it was so distracting whenever anybody underwater was on screen, and the CGI just looked like shitty fucking like PS1 fucking CGI. Like
Ooh, that's bad.
it was bad. It was so fucking
I
bad.
will say, I will give kudos to where kudos deserves.
Melissa McCarthy,
Melissa McCarthy did fucking kill it as Ursula, man.
she killed
Like,
it.
I feel
She was
like-
the only saving grace
Yep.
for that movie.
I feel
I'm
like
I'm not surprised. She has good acting chops, so
and
she can
sang.
sing.
She sang
Dude.
really well, bro. She like this might seem like a dick move, but it's like it's almost like she was formed for that role, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
fucked as that kind of is to say,
yeah. No,
but it's like
I love Melissa McCarthy, so I'm
no,
not
like she
surprised.
was she was definitely the best in it, and I like the new added character of like Prince Eric's like Alfred. Like I was just like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
we got an Alfred now. Like that's
Yeah.
no, actually, you know what? He was in the OG cartoon. He just
Yeah, he
wasn't
was.
in as much. I don't think.
See,
Um,
I've seen The Little Mermaid once. I don't
Bro,
remember much about it.
It was my daughter's favorite movie, so
That's-
it was on repeat.
I hated it as a kid, watch it as an adult with my daughter, which made me hate it even more because now you're watching it as from an adult and you have the 16-year-old kid telling her father that she loves some dude she's never met and she's running away. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Get your ass in the
Get your ass inside. Get your ass inside and cover up,
So
goddammit.
anyways, we saw that shit. Sunday was just kind of loaf around and do normal chores like it is. But in the middle of that day, we went to the local theaters and I saw the new Transformers, which was fucking epic. Chad, don't be mad. It was awesome.
Best Transformers movie.
I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to go see it, to be honest.
Bro, I
Oh,
like
goddamn it,
Bumblebee was fantastic. And it really was. And if it gave me just like that first 15 minutes, but like an hour and a half of that, it would have been the cream of the crop. But this was right there. I wanted more of this, though. I wanted more Maximals. That was my one gripe. And I was like,
I wanted Cheetor had like no dialogue.
Thank you.
And neither did Rhinox. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Like they just kind of
this is
came in.
supposed to be
And
about
where the fuck
them.
was Rat Trap? Come on,
And
dude.
that was my biggest bitch when they announced the movie and they announced the Maximals that were going to be in the movie. I'm like, how do you not fucking have
Rat Trap is literally one
Rat
of
Trap
the
was
main
essential.
fucking other one besides Dinobot, which Dinobot I understand you could argue. Which is Dinobot Scourge? Is
No.
that I was kind of confused. No,
I mean Megatron?
that wasn't Megatron. That was Scourge.
No. I know it was Scourge, but in the cartoon that was Megatron.
Right, but there's Dinobot.
There's
which
Dinobot
was-
too. He was
Dinobot
he
was
a
a
raptor.
raptor
yeah.
style. But if
He
you
was a
look
raptor,
at
that's right. Yeah, no, no.
Dinobot's like fucking spinny blade thing and his
Yeah.
other thing, it looks very similar
Like
to
Scourge.
Scourge's. So I was like,
Yeah.
is he Dinobot? But he was never a dinosaur in this. So I was kind of like, he was just another truck. I didn't really know him from Transformers lore. I don't.
Yeah,
know
well,
that
I don't.
deep.
They what were they called? The Predacons, right? Is that what?
Yeah, but they weren't the Predacons in this
cartoon?
one
Yeah,
because
they weren't
they were
the
the
Predacons. They were
minions
the
of
Terracons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which
They were
the
Terracons.
Terracons are like a whole different fucking like faction. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's my thing is like which they're already leading into something else. We're not going to go there. But I want a more full Beast Wars movie.
You'll never get it.
Why?
You'll never because the whole selling point is Optimus Prime. Everything has to center around him. or
Primal was
Bumblebee.
badass though.
I don't know,
When
man. Like they
fucking
kind of made
maximized.
like Prime was cool in this. Prime was definitely dope, but you could see like you could feel the luster of Prime kind of going off, and then now it's kind of going more on all the other.
Well, then
ones.
Peter Cullen's voice too. You could tell
He's getting
like,
tired.
That man is tired.
getting
You
tired.
could tell in the voice of Optimus that he's showing his age in his voice now. But I loved when they maximized and fucking you actually see them in their robot form, dude. Primal looks so fucking
It took
badass.
fucking forever though to do that.
Yeah.
But no, fantastic.
And then we finally get an exosuit, which I was fucking stoked about.
Yeah, that was cool. And what's his name? Oh my god, who turned in the exosuit? Whatever. What the hell's his name?
Oh,
Jesus.
oh Jesus Christ.
Right, I could see the actual actor and everything. He's like,
I don't remember.
he's like the new he's not Bumblebee, but he can actually talk. I can't even remember his name, and it's played by holy shit, dude. What the hell's his name? He's the Beetlejuice looking motherfucker that everybody loves now. Kim Kardashian. He was dating Kim Kardashian and all that.
Pete
Pete Davidson.
David.
Yeah, Pete Davidson voiced him. So I understand like some people are like, but you know what? He did a fantastic job, and I thought it was,
Dude,
I don't know.
he had a bit part in Fast 10 and he was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude, like he was so funny in this one, dude. Like he was the funny, which you could kind of say, but I don't know, man. The Maximals were fucking dope. I wanted more of it. It's cool how they kind of like how this fits in still with the other ones. Like, I'm still trying to figure out though, because this is all past stuff, which is fine, but I'm still like, man, if all this shit went down pre Shia LaBeouf.
I don't think I'm hoping they write that off. I'm hoping
I don't
that,
think they
like,
do,
this has
man.
nothing to do with that. I don't know, man, because Prime already on Earth in the first one? I don't remember.
Yes.
Nope.
Are you sure?
No, he came to Bumblebee was the
He
only
came
one
from
here.
space.
So they have to be fucking rewriting it, especially with the
Maybe not.
crossover that's coming.
Maybe not. When did the first?
I don't know,
when
man.
did the first Transformers happen? 2005. 7. 2007. This was 1994. You have that much chunk of time to get them off the planet,
And
And
then
then-
back again.
and then back again.
But when he arrived, he was in his proto form. He wasn't the tractor trailer.
And in this one, he's the old school, like flat
Yeah.
base tractor
That's
trailer,
why
which is
it
dope.
doesn't make any sense.
And then in the
Mirage.
Shia LaBeouf, he's the Mirage.
He's in
Yes.
Mirage.
That's the other dude. Anyways, fantastic movie. 2 thumbs up. I highly suggest it. I'm gonna stop talking about it now because I'm ready to talk.
Yeah, we gotta get on. We gotta get on this Jason.
Yes,
30
yes,
minutes
yes.
into this shit. All right, boys. And Brody, thank you for coming. Jordan, sorry, off topic. Yes, I have seen Spider-Man. Also 2 thumbs up. Super fucking go see it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Soundtrack wise, oh man, dude. Between this and Transformers, like Transformers is straight up 1994, like amazing early 90s hip hop, which is but man, Spider-Verse was fucking, the soundtrack was fantastic in that shit too, and the score as well. So it's tough. Everybody's hearing the score now all over Instagram, so it's not like you're not going to hear that shit. But yes, go see that shit. All right, we are talking 1986's Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives.
Yeah.
Who wants to take this? Chad Daddy? You haven't done
All
it in a minute.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, released August 1st, 1986. Jason rises from the grave to wreak havoc upon a new group of unsuspecting campers in an ultra-bloody rampage. As a child, Tommy Jarvis killed mass murderer Jason Voorhees, but now years later, he's tormented by the fear that maybe Jason isn't really dead. Determined to finish off the infamous killer once and for all, Tommy and a friend dig up Jason's corpse in order to cremate him. Unfortunately, things go seriously awry, and Jason is instead resurrected, sparking a new chain of ruthlessly brutal murders. Now it's up to Tommy to stop the dark, devious, and demented deaths that he unwittingly brought about. Directed by Tom McLaughlin, One Dark Night, Sometimes They Come Back, written by Tom McLaughlin, Amazing Stories, She-Wolf of London, and produced by Don Burns, the unseen top dog. Take it away, Bobby.
Starring Tom Matthews, the Return of the Living Dead, alien from L.A. as Tommy Jarvis, Jennifer Cook, Gimme an F and V, the series, as Megan Garris, C.J. Graham, Highway to Hell and 13 Fanboy as Jason Voorhees.
You
David-
put that shit fuck.
I had to, just to get under your skin.
I just kept it going, but I was waiting for John to say something.
It didn't really ring until like it was fully through the ears, and I was like, "Wait, what did you just say?"
I couldn't resist.
David Kagan, Getting Even with Dad, Hologram Man as Sheriff Mike Garris, Kerry Noonan, Hot Moves, Nightmare on the 13th Floor as Paula Mott, Renee Jones.
Nightmare on the 13th Floor.
Is that a parody movie?
It has to be.
No, I think it's like a made-for-TV. Like I think it was a USA.
It's not like
movie.
Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th or something.
No.
Or Saturday the 14th.
Is that what? Yeah, whatever.
Something like that. Renee Jones, Days of Our Lives, The Terror Within 2 as Elizabeth Sissy Baker.
I just want to stop you right here, Bobby, just to bring this up. No. During my research, I found Renee Jones. She was on Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
She did over 1,700 episodes. She played the same character for 30 fucking years.
She sure the fuck did. I was gonna say later on that I used to watch Days of Our Lives with my grandma during the summertime, and that I was like, hey, she was in Friday the 13th. Awesome. And I kind of watched it because she was in Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I just had to bring that because that's
3 years.
amazing. 1,700. It was like 1,752 episodes, I think she did.
Yep.
Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Damn.
Remember how many times she got hit by a boom? Just
I think her name was Lexi. Lexi in Days of Our Lives.
I don't remember.
Lexi.
I remember watching it sporadically during the summers with my mom.
Damn. All right.
So
Continue, Bobby.
Tom Fridley, The Karate Kid, The Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, as Carter Court Andrews. Darcy DeMoss, Can't Buy Me Love, Return to Horror High as Nicola Nikki Parsley. Nancy McLaughlin, Sometimes They Come Back, Any Day Now as Lisbeth Mott. Tony Goldwyn, Ghost, Disney's Tarzan as Darren Robinson. I almost screwed it up.
Almost.
How do you screw up Tarzan?
He was gonna say
I
Tarman.
think he's
I was going to say Tarzan.
Disney's Tarman.
Ron
Watch it.
Palelo, Welcome Back Cotter, Snake Eater as Alan Hawes, and Vincent Gustafaro. Nothing in
Get it.
Common. Shocker as Deputy Rick Cologne. Total body count. This is a wonderful number of 18.
Nice.
Take it away.
Scuba.
Lord Scoob.
Music by Harry Manfredini. Time Master, Christmas on Chestnut Street. Cinematography by John Cranhouse, Werewolf Kickboxer. Wow. What if it was Werewolf Kickboxer?
Oh,
I was
I
kinda
would watch the
hoping-
hell out of that.
I would watch
kinda
the
hoping you
fuck out of
wanted
that.
hell out of
Yes.
Man, I think we're on to something. Edited by Bruce Green, The Princess Diaries, Freaky Friday. Effects and makeup by Martin Becker, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Mac and Me. Distributed by Paramount Pictures, runtime of 86 minutes, MPAA rating R. Budget $3 million, grossed $19.4 million doll hairs.
It would have made more if part 5 did make more money.
Look at CJ's cake just bringing this in, dude.
I
Yeah.
love the fact that you guys get a kick out of the little things I throw in there, like Mac and Me. Like he's done this guy's done a lot more impressive work, but I just had to throw in something off the wall
Well,
like
dude,
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me makes
Every
me...
time I hear
Go ahead, because I
Paul
know
Rudd.
you're... Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yep.
the Conan O'Brien
Yep.
segments with Paul Rudd, every fucking time get me. I could watch those on repeat and just laugh my ass off.
I don't know what's
constantly.
funnier, though, the fact that he keeps doing it or just the fact that when it goes to Conan and you can just tell, like, Conan's just like, I fucking hate you, dude. I am so over this shit so goddamn much. It's like he should expect it every
Yeah.
time. And
But he-
somehow he's still just like, I think he just hopes.
That it's not going to
Never.
happen.
All right. So fuck that. Let's just talk this movie. So clearly not our first time seeing this movie.
No,
Probably not even the 10th.
No.
Oh, dude, probably not even the 20th.
I would say
Uh,
this is probably my most watched Friday the 13th movie. This is a
Same,
I'm
easily.
in my 200.
and it's not my personal favorite. It's really, really high up there, but it's just the most accessible and easy to watch one.
It
Because
really
it's
is
nonstop.
And you know what? I didn't appreciate this one as a kid for some reason as much. I liked it. Seven was my gravy that brought me in, dude. Like that was the one that brought me in.
I
And
feel
so
that.
like for some reason, like, you know, going from that version of Jason to like a fully like suited up in like Batman style, I was like, I don't know. That's a
You know,
little different.
I
But
gotta
as an adult, love it.
I have to say, I'm jealous of people that got to watch these in chronological order their first time watching it. Because my first time,
Yeah.
I watched them all over the place. Like, I'm pretty sure
Same.
Part 5 was the
So
first
did
one I
I.
saw. I saw Part
Really?
7 before this.
So while I said, I absolutely love part 5. Part 5 was the first one that I watched on VHS. So part 5 is the very first one that I ever watched. I was young, dude. I watched it literally right before I watched this one. My dad took me to the theater, 4-year-old little Scuba, to the fucking theater to watch this fucking movie because I was obsessed with Jason. So obsessed. And I just remember, I can close my eyes. We walked up. It was called Silver Theaters. We walked up. He got me my popcorn. I had my drink. I had my pickle, and just sat there and was just in awe. Yes, I know it's not a thing.
I was waiting for someone
up there
to
where you
say
guys
it.
get
I was like, popcorn, candy, and soda. Yes. Pickle. No.
pickle. Yes, pickle. Yeah, you have to get a pickle when you go to the
I
movies.
don't
No,
like
you
pickles
don't.
at all. I definitely
Oh,
don't
I
need a
love pickles.
pickle in the movie.
I like a pickle
It's
at dinner,
good on
but
your
not in my
popcorn.
popcorn. No,
Man, y'all are missing out.
no, I'm
You
good.
guys are missing out. So it was the first one that I got to see in the theater experience, and my mind was just like, holy shit. But I liked it because it wasn't super scary, and it had some funny moments in it. So it made it very like, not light because there's a lot of fucked up shit going on, especially for a 4-year-old, but it wasn't like the other films where I saw them and I was fucking scared shitless. When Jason slams the dude's head up in the tree and then it's a fucking smiley face. Like, I chuckled at that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is like cartoon rules now. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I just fucking love this movie so goddamn much.
So, all right. I feel like, Chad, you said this wasn't your time. Bob, where would you say this stands for your, like,
Oh, it's number one.
with this? Oh, this is number one for you.
Well, look, and not only that,
No,
because
you're fine, because I'm probably going to agree with you on
Well,
this.
because I can also say this, of the first 5 movies, I say this, they all had the same tone. It was, who's going to die? How are you going to die? Are you of importance? No, not really. None of you are, no offense, except for Jenny and Adrian King in the first 2. I mean, 3, yes, but after that, nobody else was of importance. This movie, every character felt like they played an important part because very few of them, if at all, none of them were douchebags. Everybody was.
So you could maybe say the not the sheriff, the deputy.
Rick.
Yeah,
Rick
yeah.
was
yeah, but
I don't
where
even
the
know.
red dot
I-
goes.
yeah, but
You bang.
yeah, but at the same time, would you believe someone who brought something back from the dead that?
No,
has been
I'm
dead
not going.
that
I'm not
long?
even going off of that. I'm just going off the fact that like he knows his captain's daughter's age, and yeah, he's still calling her babe and stuff. Like
This
I
is
don't
true
know.
too.
Yeah, but
But
he may not be.
I'm not
that
saying
much
he's like.
older than her.
I'm not saying he's like in. Listen, as far as like douchebags of what we've reviewed on this show.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yes.
He's
Really
definitely
not,
like
yeah.
douchebag light for sure.
I think he's douchey in the sense that he likes her, but that's his boss's daughter.
Yeah,
Because
I
we don't
can
know if
agree
she's
with
still in
that.
high school. You know what I mean? We don't
True.
know the correct age because
Right.
this happens during summer camp. So she could. I mean, they could have all have been over 18.
Speaking of the whole
is
summer
true,
camp
but-
thing, how fucking irresponsible was it of all of them to leave those 2 girls with a camp full of kids? Court just runs off to get laid, and Megan, she leaves for no reason whatsoever.
also to get laid.
Potentially,
Yeah,
also to
working
get
on it.
potentially.
Yeah, she was trying.
right.
Well,
She's
Court,
trying to
see,
get that
with
pick up.
Court, I expected because I mean, just his demeanor. I'm like,
Yeah, like
that man-
Court,
I'm like,
I
he's
totally
not going
would
to stay
get-
at camp. Like, come on.
He's fucking hilarious.
First of all,
though.
he was
He was.
I, to be fair, I
To
don't
be
think
fair,
I don't
to be
think Court
fair.
would have necessarily had to go that far away to do what he wanted to do. He probably would have been down to do that at the camp. I think it was what's her name
But-
because it was her
but-
camper. You know what I mean? She stole it from
Oh,
the old
yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Can we say worst sex scene ever
Oh,
in
yeah.
a movie? Oh, so good.
You know what?
Yes.
My wife was
The
laughing because
best.
like the way like Court was doing, I'm like, he's like bouncing his chest. Like he's
Yeah,
not
he
bouncing
was.
his
He was, like,
hips. He's like
pumping.
bouncing. He's like pumping his chest like this.
I told Mel I'm gonna try that maneuver next time.
see if it works.
right. He's like, yo, get on top and start dancing like that, just crazy like 80s like swing hair
but,
around and
oh
stuff.
yeah, but no, this is my favorite. It just this one fires on for me all cylinders. Nothing's missed. Some people say, well, it's not gory. I'm like, yeah, but the kills are so over the top. It didn't need necessarily gore.
Dude, the neck break scene was
Okay.
fucking
well,
amazing.
the heart punch out. When I saw that
Yeah,
the
that
first time,
too.
I just went like this. I'm like, he can do that now?
Well, yeah, because it's what makes this movie so great is that we now know Jason was dead. He is now
Yes.
a zombie.
Mhm.
You know, because people have the argument, was he dead in part 4 or not? We don't know. We don't have any solid evidence to say that, yes, that was an undead Jason. In this one, we know the motherfucker's back from the dead. He's got fucking Frankenstein powers now.
Yep.
And he's gonna fucking, and I love the scene where he fucking hits the dude and the fucking his arm breaks off and he's holding the machete because he looks at it like, holy fuck, did I just do that?
Yeah. It's
Right.
Like he
it's
has
like
that
a
realization
surprise.
where, god damn, like I can do some shit
The
now.
Hulk smash, dude.
Exactly.
And let me just say, like, I know some people do not like Jason walking around in the daytime. I dig it.
Oh, I love
I
it.
know-
I
yeah,
love it.
because why wouldn't
Love
he?
it.
Right. First of all, he's not a nocturnal creature by any
he's- yeah.
fucking means. So he's not going to do that. He's getting to his fucking place. And we've had Jason in the daytime before. It's not, you know what I mean? Let's go
Oh,
back
yeah.
to part 2. Fucking running across the road Bigfoot style. You know what I mean? Like he's
Well-
done this shit before.
Not even just part 2.
But
I
this,
mean, part,
but this is really the first time you get a full shot of him in the daylight.
this is
Bro,
true.
and they straight up do that one shot of just his ass. It's just like, man, Graham has just got some cake in the
No, that's
fucking
not
pan.
Was that
CJ.
him?
That's
No,
not
that's
CJ.
him.
That's
No, that's not
CJ.
him.
That was-
That's
yeah.
not CJ. No.
So I'm sure this is in your thing, but I'm going to say this
Mhm.
now.
Go ahead.
None of the daytime is CJ.
Nope.
Who is it?
They
Yeah.
started with those shots. That was a stunt coordinator who was actually a big time stunt coordinator now by the name of Doug Bradley
Oh, okay.
No,
Tom-
no, it's not. It's not Doug Bradley.
or Dan Bradley. Sorry,
Yeah,
Dan Bradley.
that's it.
Sorry.
Dan Bradley. Yep. I just,
Okay.
I just thought-
Sorry.
In
But Tom chose him, and they were doing all daytime stuff because everything else was nighttime. And they get a few dailies back, and they literally called him, said, "We're making changes." And he's like,
Yep.
"What do you mean we're making changes?" He's like, "They're like, Jason literally looks a little too plump for someone who's been dead for however many years."
He was
And they
looking
said, "We're-"
thick.
He was.
He was
They literally found CJ working a nightclub as a security guard, and he said he's big and imposing, and he's fit. That's the guy for. That's literally what they said. No acting chops. He had military chops.
Yep.
But that was it.
He had stripping chops.
And he's a great guy.
Oh,
I met him when I went to Blairstown. Like, he was just cool
This
as
is
shit.
post Chippendales, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
I'm not sure.
Or around that time.
Or was Chippendales after the fact? Like he did a tour.
But yeah, that's
know.
how they literally found CJ. Was literally we
Still
need a
active.
guy large and imposing. Yeah, he's cool. Come on.
No, he was he was fantastic. You know, obviously in the next one we get the infamous Kane shoulder breathing and shit like that. But like CJ had his own fucking like persona behind the mask. You know
Yes,
what I
he
mean?
did.
Dude, he
And
definitely had his
remember-
own stance, his own fucking like
Dan Bradley wasn't even their top choice. They wanted Ted White back, and he said no.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Really?
he was offered 5 and 6. He said in interviews, he's like, I was offered both of those films, and I turned them down, and I'm sad that I did.
he was
And, you
pretty
know-
old at that point, wasn't
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
50 something
he?
at
4,
in
right?
4.
Yeah, he was
so
almost
would've-
60 when he did 4, I think.
But for a
Damn.
man who was in his 60s at 6'4", almost 6'5", I'm pretty sure he would have still kicked major ass because he did.
Look at CJ Graham now, dude.
He still looks.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
You know, honestly, man, like out of all the Jasons, that motherfucker's like the most well built and fucking
Yeah, he's still well built. I mean, even Kane's kind of deteriorating there. a
Well,
bit,
he
you know?
also had a.
But-
He's
heart
been through a
problem last
lot.
year, so
yeah, he's been through a lot.
past couple
yeah.
years. Yeah.
But we're all in agreement, right? Like Joe's comment said, this is all Tommy's fault.
Yes.
Oh no, it is. Oh no, it is.
He
Wait, whose comment?
If-
Tyler.
Tyler.
or Tyler said, sorry. Tyler said, you know, if it
is.
wasn't for Tommy digging him up, none of this shit would have happened. And you would think that he would have fucking learned.
And he never
Because
mentions
it's literally,
it. He never fucking
but-
mentions it
but
either, asshole. Like
it's literally his nightmare from
part 5.
from part 5 come to life. It's his nightmare come to
Because
life.
Why did he do it?
He's still having the hallucinations, and he thought that destroying the body was the only way to get rid of the hallucinations.
But yeah, I get. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he was
it's-
gonna
it's-
burn it, but like,
Think about it. That's a tough one to do, especially when the killer is still. I say still around because he's going to be talked about forever.
Oh yeah,
It's-
he
it's-
was still a
it's
legend
very-
at that
it's-
point.
That's a tough one to shake. So I get where he's coming from. Like, look, I want to just destroy his body and be done. But also at the same time, in real life, ain't no lightning strike coming down to that pole. It ain't tall enough, but it did.
But it did because movies.
Exactly.
Right.
But yes.
Tyler, you are right. He did say
Or-
I fucked up. You're correct.
Or maybe it's the work of the devil.
that too.
Or
Quan-Chi.
the Necronomicon.
Nope.
Quan Chi.
Don't say that because we are going to talk about that.
It's Quan Chi, dude. He's a revenant, bro. And then that's how.
Again, I will.
That's
save
why
that
he's
for when
in
we get
Mortal
to that one.
Kombat X, man. It totally makes sense.
I will save that for the other movie, but anyway.
No, this movie is absolutely solid, and like Bob said, I feel like it fires on all cylinders for like when it comes down to straight up Friday 13th. It gives you everything that Friday 13th wants. Plus, it makes fun of itself by being a little bit meta and shit like that.
And believe it or not, and this is in my notes, and I'll bring it up more later, that they actually added kills to this
Yes.
movie
Nice.
because they were afraid it was going to be a PG-13.
No,
Fuck yeah.
not actually true. They were not afraid of it at 13. The producer that they've talked about it, he was a bit of a stickler on set. They literally said to him, "It's like, if we get this movie under budget and on time, you get a bonus, don't you?" And he goes, "Yes, I do." So they bought the movie under budget, and so they screened it. And the Frank Mancuso Jr. goes to Tom. He says, "I love the movie, but you can add 3 more kills if you want." He's like, "What do you mean?" He says, "I thought we went over budget." He's like, "No, you got $200,000 in your budget left. Go ahead and do what you want."
And that's
Hot
when he
diggity.
added. That's when he added the caretaker and the couple.
Yeah.
'Cause that was the added kill.
Oh,
Steve.
that would make sense. You know, some people don't like the caretaker and they think he's a just rip off Crazy Ralph. But honestly, I like him. I like that he kind of
He's the town drunk.
well that and he's the funny, but he also kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like,
What do you think I am?
A fart head.
Farthead?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like I've heard people be like, "I fucking hate." I laugh every
love
time,
it. Yeah, every
that
time.
happens.
Yeah,
Every
it's
time,
you have
yes.
to.
I like him as a
And then
character.
when he's walking singing, like, it's fucking great. He's just your fucking town drunk who works at the
I
fucking
like him
cemetery.
a little better than Crazy Ralph because he's not like all about the legend. He's just like,
Right. He's
"Why-
actually
why'd you go and dig up
likable.
Jason, you assholes? You're all idiots."
Right. He's
He was the most
likable.
sane one.
Yeah.
And poor guy still died.
Absolutely. God damn.
Well, yeah.
No. What was sorry? What did
I mean-
Tyler say here? Anyway, still giggle a bit. Yeah. The shot at the paintball, like I like that scene. The music's hokey as fuck, but that's also another scene that helps kind of change the flow, like Bob was talking
Yeah.
about, where it doesn't feel like the stamped pattern of 1 through 4. And obviously 5 being a little different, but still kind of follow those beats. This one definitely was just like, no, man, we're going for some crazy shit in this. At least some different stuff, and it worked. I feel it worked.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it worked.
Like I
Oh, it fucking
Like
works.
I said, it
Like,
comes out, it just hits the ground running and doesn't stop. It doesn't get boring at all like some of the others, like the first one.
part 1.
Oh
doesn't work.
yeah, you're right, man. Because like even like the slowest scenes, which I could probably point out, would maybe be anything in the jail cell,
Mm-hmm.
anything going down there. But even those aren't necessarily bad because everything still seems very like congruent to the plot. You know what I mean? Even when he's in jail and they're trying to break him out, like it's all that whole thing of getting him out so they can
Okay,
go
so
do their thing. So
Speaking of that scene, has anyone ever figured out what the hell it is she wrote on that paper and showed Tommy?
no.
I could only see like the top word, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was.
She said it's
yeah.
something, and when she turns the page, you see her saying something about Rick. There's something about Rick written there.
Fortunately, I did not. Do you know what it says?
I have no idea.
Oh, I was hoping you'd be
No.
like, well.
No, I was
yeah,
legit
no,
asking. It's
yeah.
like, does anybody know?
Damn.
Every time I've watched this, I always try to look like closely at the paper. I'm like, what did you write?
But
I
you
feel
just
like
see
it's
like
cut
that much to the
off.
top. It is,
Yeah.
but there was
Shitty.
definitely something written there.
So there is one spot I'm going to laugh at a little bit. And I feel like it's just fucked up on editing point. So,
I think I
not
know what
necessarily
you're
anything.
talking
It's not necessarily anything like shot wise, but it's like, so when what's her name in the slippers gets yoinked out the window, right? And that's literally yoink. Before that, she looks over and the door is wide open and just blowing things like that. They literally use that again when what's her name goes back to the cabin
about. Oh,
Yep.
and it blows
Same exact
open and then it shows again. Now, in the second time, completely makes sense of why they had that shot. The first time,
Made
no
no
sense
sense.
whatsoever. They didn't have, you
None,
don't hear the
yeah.
door open, you don't hear anything, you just hear her look over and you see that. And even the wife and I were, she's like, why is the door open? I'm like, I don't know. They got all the fucking windows open. Maybe it's just really hot in there because, they got the fire going too. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, in the middle of the summer.
But
Right.
it gets cold by the lake in the summertime.
It does, but then you close your windows.
So,
I don't
actually-
know.
wait,
you mentioned that. Another thing that annoyed me is, when the door opens and the wind blows and it blows in all these dead leaves in
Yes,
the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
that's right.
I actually don't. Actually, if I'm
They're
not
from
correct,
last year, Chad. Nobody
I
read
don't-
this shit.
I don't think this one is supposed to be set in the summer.
It is.
It is. They're at
It's
summer
their-
camp.
it's summer camp. It has to be.
Yeah.
This is
No,
the one
I
that's
think-
legit
no.
at summer camp.
No, I think this was actually supposed to be set around like a weekend camp for the kids. It wasn't supposed. I don't think this was supposed to be a summer one. Not only that, Tommy's wearing a jacket the whole fucking time in the summertime.
That's because he's a
That's
cool
true.
guy.
They all were.
That's fucking true.
Like, think about it. They're all wearing heavy clothes. I don't think
Mm.
this was supposed to be a summer. I think this was supposed to be like a fall thing for the kids. Like,
Is this
in
a
between
Halloween
school.
Friday 13th, Bob? Is this what you're trying to lead me to? Because I'm gonna
So
go
like that
with
or
this.
I'm
we get
try-
that. We get that this year.
That, or what I'm also trying to tell you is, I think this was supposed to be like a Thanksgiving.
Heather says it's a weekend
like,
camp.
thing or something.
And
It's
they did say it was a
camp.
weekend camp, but do they do that in the middle of the fucking fall?
I mean, you can. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, like the YMCA camps and everything around
Well,
here. will
I mean,
sometimes do that
so
shit.
when I was in middle school, we actually did a weekend at Stokes in
Like
Jersey.
I said,
here.
we live in a very rural area, so camps like that, don't really exist around here.
We don't have them here. I mean, we have camps here in
Like
Texas,
people just have
but
camps. No, there's no.
I was
There's
poor.
no, like-
I never went.
Yeah,
I
no,
never wanted to go to one of those. I thought they were
Yeah.
weird as fuck, dude.
I always wanted to go to summer camp.
Well,
Like I was
yeah.
telling
Yeah.
Mel.
Like I said, that's the whole concept of going to summer camp is just weird to me because, like I said,
Listen,
it's
man.
not around here.
I saw fucking, what was it? Husky? No. What was the fat kids movie?
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights. Yeah, I saw that shit. I
he
didn't want to
was
go.
right on that.
I
The
also
movie was
will,
fantastic.
I will also say this about this movie. The other movies had tension, but I don't know about you guys, but the tension in this, because we didn't know what Jason was going to do, the tension was so high, especially during his stalking of Paula. You can't tell me that just didn't make you go,
I
is
would.
he going to blast through that wall and get her? Is he just going to go with this?
Well, I was gonna say I feel like the most tense scene would actually lead into a question that Scoobs I know wanted to bring up, and that would be when he is in the girl's cabin. I would say probably looking at the younger girl, and we have the stare down, and obviously he gets distracted and gets pulled away. But what would have happened if Jason had not gotten distracted?
I think.
See, and that's my thing. So I always assumed that he was bullied at camp by the other campers that were there, and that's why Pamela didn't want him around any of the other campers. So I would assume that he would kill children because fuck them, they fucked with him too.
See, I took that
But-
more of a Freddy versus
But you
Jason
took it Freddy
thing.
versus Jason.
Right.
Okay, so
But if you notice, when he walks into the girl's cabin, he gets to the end of where the girls are sleeping, and he just takes a couple steps further, like he's just going to go sit by the fire or something. Like he
does.
He walks past the campers. I don't know what he's after, but he's not after them because he walks past them, and then she makes a noise, and he turns around because she was in the very last bed.
Right, like he could have just been slaughtering him asleep.
Yeah,
It's not like he hasn't done that before. To like we're just stabbing through a tent or something like that.
like Angela killing his little kids.
I do wonder, like, if she didn't make that noise, what would he have done?
So, like
That's
I said, I think the bullying thing was more of a, to me, it seemed more of an introduction with Freddy versus Jason, because that was kind of more the whole time thing of like us trying to, like if you look at us where we were as like in a nation, like, the anti-bullying shit was starting to come up a little bit more in the
That
earlier
and that
2000s
was
stuff.
just part of a nightmare flashback that we didn't actually,
Right.
that we don't even know
Yeah.
actually happened.
No, right.
So,
and that's,
but there is a comic. There is a comic where Jason. There's another kid that's at camp that kind of has the same deformity that Jason has.
right.
I don't remember the run of the comic, or it may have been just a one shot, but Jason basically takes him with him and kills all those kids that were picking on that one kid that was deformed. And by the end of the comic, Jason ends up fucking killing the kid too. But he basically takes the kid under his wing and gets him out of camp. But he does kill those little kids that were picking on that little boy.
I don't
And like
know,
I said,
man.
that's just a comic.
Right.
It's just a comic.
I
but-
just don't think, because I always took it as like it was the older teens, at least, that are the counselors, and that was the one that the mother blamed. And then when she died and he came back, or however you want to take this story as, he never died. You know what? I not gonna lie, I like the theory. I know it's what
Brody. Sounds like Corey and Halloween Ends. Fuck that movie.
Oh.
Fuck it right in the
that's
ass.
kind of what it was like.
Fuck
That's
that movie.
So I like the theory that he did die, but he somehow was resurrected when Pam was killed. But that's why he can't die. But like he can't die. Like there was this weird, like, I don't know. I kind of dug it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like I'm fine with that.
You know what?
Like,
My
Fuck
thing
it, let's
is
just-
when you drown doesn't mean you die.
Let's just say fuck it. Then Camp Crystal Lake's built on an Indian burial ground.
That
That's
would
Poltergeist.
make a lot of sense.
I-
But
no, Poltergeist isn't that though. Poltergeist
I
is just
know.
a white person's burial ground.
But you didn't know that until
This
the
is white
sequel.
people's, and they still fucking shit up.
They still fucking shit.
All right. So I mean, all right. We obviously have said we love this movie.
Yep.
The comedy I feel hits pretty fucking well. Like nothing.
And it's
Yeah.
cheesy comedy, but it's
right, but
but
it's
it
not
hits.
like
It
so
hits.
cheese. Because like, come on, man.
yeah.
All right, watch yourself. This next corner is going to get a little hairy. Come on, that's like perfect, dude. We get the nice little
Yeah.
V shot the whole fucking time, leading from that. I don't care how many times we get that shot. I'm cool with it.
yeah.
You know, I'm really disappointed that she quit acting after this movie.
Really?
Yeah, she did.
No shit. No, I think like honestly, I mean, I love young Tommy from part 4, But Tommy from Part 5, he's throwaway. This Tommy's like legit, and I'm glad.
And they wanted him to come back.
Right. I'm glad.
Doing Part 5.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm sure we can talk about. I'm glad that certain fan films have used him to try to like continue that kind of story. I think it's cool.
No, I agree with that.
He is the only, other than Jason, he is
Himself.
the only legacy character
Right.
in the series. And
he is.
if anything, if the studios, I mean, that the studios, once they start making these movies again, if they want to do a continuation or whatever the fuck
they
want
can
to do,
wreck on that shit.
he deserves to play Tommy Jarvis on the big screen again.
Yes.
Well, the way they're doing all
Because-
these legacy reboots, anyways, why not? You know,
Like I don't give a fuck about. I honestly, and you guys may not feel the same, but I don't care about any of the final girls in the other movies.
Ginny.
Like they're talking about bringing them back for the series that they're doing, and I'm like, man, I don't really care. Like I want to see Tommy Jarvis. I want to see Tom Matthews as Tommy Jarvis again.
Well, I would like to see Ginny only because she made that little connection with him. Because then she could, Tommy could be like, "How did you survive him?"
Well, that's because she was using her actual psychology training.
She's
'Cause
the
that's what
only
she was
other one that I
studying.
would be like, "Yeah, okay, I would like to see you do something in there."
word. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think what else. Honestly, dude. Oh, that was my last question. How much can Tommy squat? Because that motherfucker's picking up boulders, dude. That would literally probably
So,
break the boat.
I mean, the way he was moving it, I mean, maybe, but
Bro, that's some
I don't know, man.
strongman
That's a
competition
huge
boulder
fucking- yeah,
shit right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know,
Well-
I don't know. That was
Well-
he rolled it.
Well, here's the
Look
funny
at him.
part. That was fake anyway.
I know. Well, I'm trying to put it in the context of, okay, if that was a real fucking rock, that fucker would be heavy as fuck.
Yeah, there's
dude.
no way he would have been able to get it out of the boat. Like none.
I
Right,
think
like
he.
Jason would have
I'm
had
curious
to
how he
break the
got
boat.
it into the boat
Yeah.
without sinking the boat.
Right?
That too.
Like, the boat was just
That
like,
Well,
too.
if you
Exactly.
if you look
Right
at
through.
if you look at the boat though, when it's in there, that boat is pretty low.
It's like that far above the water.
But I think he had the idea of that boat not coming back to shore the whole time.
that's fair. I did like how he looked in the one prior to that and saw a dead cop and was like, oh, that
Nope.
was taken.
I want to bring this up. You know, aside from maybe the sheriff and the kids, this was a very attractive cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, no. Honestly, the one girl that was just shellacked all over the cabin. I can't remember what's her name at the
Paula.
time being.
Paula.
Yeah, I don't know, man. She looked like she was like 40 for some reason.
I would disagree.
There is
Yeah,
one
I like
Bob,
her
there is
eyes.
one
Her
scene.
eyes were-
There is one scene in particular, and it shows up a close up of her face, and I'm just like, wow, she does not look 20. If that's what she's supposed to be. But I don't know. She looked like Reba McEntire, but like 2000s Reba.
I don't see a problem with that.
That's
I
fine.
don't either.
I'd bang Reba.
Yeah.
I'd bang Reba. I'd bang Reba.
Same.
now.
I'm just saying in comparison to the other ones, though. But that's fair. All right, let's hear what the fucking sexy saucy Aussie has to say about
Hell
this
yeah.
shit.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB here back for another episode of Gore N More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Friday the 13th, Part 6. Now, this film is nothing but a fun, nostalgic, enjoyable ride from start to finish. It's definitely one of them films I used to watch a fuck ton as a kid. I would even just, put it on every now and then or just have it on as background noise. And the reason I say background noise is because what Tom McLaughlin was able to do with his characters, not only are the actors able to really carry out their performances, but it's the dialogue between each character that I find fun. So I could just sit there and do something completely different and listen to the fucking film and just, have a good time with it even. So I think the soundtrack to this is absolutely fucking fantastic, whether or not you got the Friday the 13th score or Alice Cooper just banging out some fucking fantastic 80s metal tunes. So yeah, Tom McLaughlin in this film and how he was able to make this a really enjoyable sequel, and it's definitely it's just downright fun and executed extremely well with this simple badass idea of resurrecting Tommy Jarvis, bringing that character back, and having Tom Matthews play him, who's a fantastic actor, and I thought was fucking awesome for this. it's just to see the way they're able to pay homage to Frankenstein to resurrect Jason and try and wipe him out for good, but yet they somehow fuck that up and we get zombie Jason for the first time. So yeah. I was going to say Tom Matthews, sorry. Director Tom McLaughlin was able to execute that extremely well. And like I said, it's a very, very fun time, this film. So, like I was saying before, Tom Matthews portraying Tommy Jarvis. Every time I think of Tommy Jarvis, I think of Tom Matthews. And that's no disrespect to Corey Feldman. I thought Corey Feldman did an awesome job, but Tom Matthews was able to bring to life this character a little bit more. We go on this journey with him from start to fucking finish. We're very invested with his character. He's like a lovable guy, you know, even though he seems batshit crazy, but he just really wants to kill Jason and then he just wants to go back to living a normal life. And I thought Tom Matthews really, executed that extremely well while bringing to life Tom McLaughlin's vision, because obviously Tom McLaughlin wrote this, which was an extreme breath of fresh fucking air for this type of film in the series at that time. So, how Tom McLaughlin, Tom Matthews were able to work together, collaborate together as a dynamic duo and create something fucking fantastic with the character. Awesome stuff. Incredible work. And like I said, Tom Matthews is a fantastic actor. I can't really fault him for anything in this film. Awesome. Oh, and just to add to that, essentially he's the hero of the film. And we've never had a hero of the film throughout this whole entire franchise, even though he's the one that started this shit show. He still ends up becoming the hero. And I thought that was portrayed extremely well. Like I said, a breath of fucking fresh air. So if I'm going to nitpick this film for one little thing, and it's so fucking minor, and you're probably thinking, for fuck's sake, Brody, talk about something else. No, I'm not. I'm not going to, because it catches my fucking eye every time, and I always wonder why the fuck Jason wears it. And it's that tool belt. The tool belt and the gloves. Why the fuck do we have that? Would have looked so much menacing and better and staunch and scary without any of that shit. We get to see zombified fucking hands. I mean, does he even use the tool belt? I can't even fucking remember.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's something so very little that captures my eye every fucking time. I just don't think it looks good on him. It's like, oh my God, he's finally grown a fucking brain and he's gone, do you know what? These essentials may fucking work. These might work for later down the fucking track. And I don't even think he fucking uses them. What's actually in the cunts? I don't fucking know. See, I'm even getting riled up about it. So even though I shouldn't, but yeah,
he kills that cop.
Don't know. My little CJ Graham portrayal of Jason is awesome, and I've always liked the portrayal of Jason in this film. Don't get me fucking wrong. CJ Graham, extremely well. You know, I can't fault him for it. You know, he's very menacing. He's staunch. He's towering overall presence of his victims. It's just it's scary shit. But it's just the corny lumberjack gloves and the belt. I don't know what it is. It just really captures my eye every time and takes me away from, you know, the Jason that's meant to be this,
he stole
you
from the
know,
paintballers,
zombified, out of the ground, rough looking, you know, decrepit piece of shit. So, yeah, sorry, my little rant, but that was it. So, yeah, the kills in this, fun time. I'm not really going to go into too much detail about them. I only wish we had got a little bit more shown on screen to give it an R rating, because this film down here is an M15 plus, which is pretty much weak as piss. But yeah, so anywho, fun film. You haven't seen it, go out and see it like I recommend. Yeah. Now, my Gore N More score this week for this film is going to be a 4.6. Yes, it's definitely up there because it's one of the greatest Friday films of all time. But yeah, looking forward to what you guys have to say about the film. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll catch you mother lickers next week, gentlemen. So, sayonara, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brody.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, Brody, I do have to say something here, though. Now, I know you say the tool belt catches your eye, but if you watch the movie, every single tool is used. That's all I have to say.
No,
but I think that's what it is. It looks too clean, regardless of if he just got it, you know, from wherever he gets it from. It is in contrast to the way he looks and everything else he has on. It's just a little too clean looking. If it had been a little bit more dirty, maybe it wouldn't have bothered Brody as much, especially the gloves.
Okay, funny
you
thing
know?
about the gloves is I never noticed it until watching it today that those are Tommy's gloves.
Yeah.
It literally shows him putting on the gloves.
Yeah.
And I never picked up on that until today. I don't know why.
And I will agree. I mean, as dirty as he is in this movie, he is very clean in this movie. It's obviously not until we get
For somebody that's been in the
I personally
gray
think
for
they
a
use
long
the
time.
gloves just so they don't have to do zombie hands and save budget.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you look at the zombie hands on part 7, it just doesn't really.
I love them, but
I
I
do
love
too.
them. I love them from like my nostalgia 7-year-old VHS settings that are stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
we'll see how it goes.
Oh no!
when
I've
we
definitely
rewatch
watched it super clean, and you're just like,
his
Yeah.
like
the best. All right. Well, the best. I mean, just in makeup effects, the best exposed hands he had that actually looked good were Part 9 hands. They actually
Yes.
looked burnt and decrepit. He had black fingernails. It's
sweet,
kind of
sweet
hard.
ball stack head.
It's very
For the
hard
whole
to
10
do.
the-
It's very
for
hard
the whole
to
10
do.
minutes.
I can't wait till we
Actually,
get to part
15
9.
minutes.
I can't wait till we get to part 9 so we can talk about the whole fucking full body suit that you never get to fucking see.
That looks
So-
like a test.
But it's also very hard to make hands on someone that look
That look right.
the way they were supposed to look
Yeah.
for a dead, rotting, decrepit corpse. It's kind of
Yeah,
hard.
because you got the human fleshy underneath it.
Well,
so.
that, and you also you can't break down your hand. You have to build up anyway.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
no matter what you do, but from effects back then, it was still going to look like a rubber glove.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Versus now, you could just put a blue glove on and CGI that shit.
Yes. So, but
Alrighty, so we got Brody's review, and I think his score is set. I think it's a great bar level. The set.
Absolutely.
I will say one last thing I wanted to mention, and I feel like with the sheriff's death, I actually I enjoy that one, not the death in itself, but just like the meaning behind it, because like we've had a parent die in this before, but we never saw it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like this was just that much more crucial. And even though he was kind of more of a hard ass, he's a sheriff and he's a dad.
Yeah, he was just doing his job.
Twice. Like, you know, like, hey, there's this crazy guy, and then hey, here's this crazy guy that my daughter's trying to fucking like do things with. No.
I love that his reaction to everything was he didn't want to have to book Tommy. He didn't want to have to deal with all that. He just wanted him to get him the fuck out of my not just the town, but the whole fucking county too. He drove him to the county line and said, "Get the fuck out of here."
That's because that motherfucker, he knows the Jason shit. Because even though he's sheriff now, there's no way he wasn't there when shit happened between part 3 and part 4 when they cleaned up that mess and they actually took him to the fucking house. You know what I mean? Like, he was on the books.
Well, then heard about what happened.
Yeah, there's
in part
no
5.
way.
He may have been sheriff already of Forest Green when the shit
Right, 'cause
happened.
it's county over, right?
A county over.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'm
absolutely.
also willing to bet he obviously knew who Tommy was, but you know, if
Oh
you don't,
yeah,
you don't
definitely.
see-
He knew who the
but
fuck
if you
he
don't
was.
see it, you know, hey, that's why he's like, hey, wait a minute, what's your name? Oh yeah, wait, your family. Yeah, so he knew and he knows.
But I like right before his death, though, even though you've kind of got him being a hard ass throughout this. And I say hard ass lightly. You know what I mean? He's not like, he's still a good sheriff. He's not like over abusing his power. He's just trying to clean up his town and keep it quiet. But like when he goes in and like he comforts the kids and shit, you know what I mean? Like you get that scene of him still being a good police officer and a good dad, and then he goes out and gets fucking murked. And it's like, damn, dude. Like,
I love that
sucks.
scene where he tells the kids all to just huddle up under the bed, and it shows the kids,
And they
they're all
dive bomb?
Swiped off.
Yeah.
The swan.
Woo! That's part of the
They're
comedy.
doing the
That's
whole
just
fucking
money
swan
right there.
dive.
I also like that scene of him going around the camp. I think that also is a great scene for him to be like, I really don't think Tommy did this, but I still am just not 100% sure. Until his deputies are start dying, because he doesn't know that Tommy's out of the jail yet.
My only issue with him, though, is he wasted a shotgun shot by not shooting him in the face, and he decided to do it with his fucking revolver, which it's like, bro, no, go for the shotgun shell to the head. Like,
Well, he's
whoa.
also probably thinking that should kill him. He doesn't know necessarily.
Well, the fact that he just took 2 to the chest and he's still like, hey, what's up? Like, head. But I feel like we've discussed enough, Chad.
Yes.
What do we got behind the scenes, buddy?
I've got some juicy bits. We're gonna go balls deep. So director Tom McLaughlin took home some props from the film, including Jason's tombstone, which sits outside his house, made to look like Jason is buried in his yard, and his casket, which sits in his garage. The DVD box set includes a scene in which he shows off these props at his home and tells of how a city employee refused to enter his yard to read the meter because he thought a body was really buried there.
Nice.
That's awesome.
baby. Nice.
Okay,
Continue.
aside from Alice, who has a minor role in the second film as well as the starring role in the first, Tommy Jarvis is the only recurring protagonist in the series, albeit played by 3 different actors, which we already talked about.
Right.
Let's see, we already talked about Dan Bradley.
His thick ass.
McLaughlin was actually offered the chance to direct Scream in the mid-90s, the gig Wes Craven eventually accepted. He declined, but during that process he met Kevin Williamson, who admitted that the fantastically self-aware Part 6 was an influential film for him on his path to eventually writing Scream.
Yep. He says that in the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray.
So just think about that. If there was no we didn't get Part 6, we wouldn't have Scream.
I believe that 100%.
John's all, eh.
I don't know. After watching the last few, I get a little better appreciation for them.
I'll watch 5 and 6 when I get the chance.
I still hate the fucking Scooby-Doo endings, dude. They piss me the fuck off. I'm like, oh my God, shut up.
You know why I love them?
Because
it reminds me of Scooby-Doo, and I love Scooby-Doo.
No, man, but even Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo bad guys didn't monologue like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, their monologue was, I would have done it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Scream 6. We had to have like a 30-minute fucking monologue.
That was
it's
true.
like,
Yeah, that one was fucking long.
Oh my
yeah.
God, shut the fuck up and fight already. Like something. Jesus Christ. Sorry. It's my
I still
impatience.
hate 3 the most.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, let's be honest. Voice changers don't do that at all from Scream, even from Scream 1. So anybody that thinks just the one from 3 is ridiculous, which it is, I'm not going to say it's not. That's some crazy future tech fucking going on right there. We could just mimic anybody's fucking voice and vocal
We can
tone.
do it now with AI.
Now you
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah,
This
now you
was
can
like-
do it with
This
AI.
is 20-some years ago. You
This
couldn't
was
do that shit.
1999, dude. Like, I mean, maybe government-wise.
Anyway,
But yeah.
continue on.
This the first and only film in the series, including New Line Cinema's 3 Jason films and the 09 reboot, to feature absolutely no nudity, although there is one sex scene. Reportedly, writer-director Tom McLaughlin had approached actress Darcy DeMoss about appearing topless in her sex scene. She refused, but admitted later he felt uncomfortable asking such a thing, but he tried to appease the producers, who felt the hardcore audience had come to expect it. It is also the lowest earning film in the franchise, though the two factors aren't very likely connected. The film made $19.4 million with a budget of $3 million, marking the first time that a Friday the 13th installment did not gross over $20 million and beginning the general decline in box office returns.
Well, and it also was. I mean, I know Part 5 is a favorite among others, but it was Part 5's deal. That's why Part 6 did.
And you're
not
on the
do
6th one within 6 years. People get burnt out regardless of how potentially good it is. You know what I mean? Like, it just happens.
What's really funny, and I don't understand this entirely, but Darcy DeMoss refused to go topless in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's done it plenty of times before.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one from Part 4. Like, she was the sex scene in this, right?
Yeah,
and
she turned down part 5. Part 5. She turned. No,
but I thought she was in the. I thought she was one of the workout dancers. In
yeah.
You're
right. Yeah.
So, word. Hey, what's up, Gene? Welcome to
Gene's here.
My buddy Gene. What's up, brother? After becoming a born-again Christian, John Shepard, who starred as Tommy in Part 5, did not want to reprise the role, and it went to Tom Matthews instead.
Honestly,
didn't he get out religious or something?
Better decision.
Yeah, he's a born-again Christian now.
Yeah.
Better decision, better actor.
Agreed. Yeah. The blue pickup truck, which Tommy drives, is the same truck that Pam drives in Part 5.
I'm also pretty sure
it
might also be the same truck that Brack drives. I could be wrong.
Wait, that Part 5 truck looks a lot longer. How did they shorten it? Also, it sits up a lot higher in Part 6 too.
New shot.
Huh?
Lift kit.
New shocks.
New shocks.
Got a lift
Yep.
kit.
New shocks, and you shorten the bed by 2 feet. Okay.
All righty.
Damn, you sound a little angry about that.
Because I don't believe that one for a second. I'm going to
you.
get pictures right now.
Do it.
Actress Carrie Noonan later went on to audition for a film entitled Birthday Bash, in which a serial killer, Ethan, goes against a girl with telekinetic powers. While auditioning, she asked the producers, "Hey, is this Friday the 13th? I was already in one of those." She was correct. Birthday Bash was the fake working title for The New Blood, and Ethan was the pseudonym given to Jason in the scripts in order to protect the film from the press during pre-production.
Okay, I can see why they called it Birthday Bash. Word.
That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Party horn. Best scene. No, not that party. That's new age party.
This was the first film in the series which did not place first at the box office during its opening weekend.
Oh, wow.
Once again,
I wonder what kind of
6 years.
86. What kind of competition would it have had? I want to think maybe Top Gun.
Possibly.
Look and see what came out August 1st, 86. I'm kind of curious.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
Now this we already know, but some of our listeners. What'd you find?
Domestic box office for August 1986. Number 1 was Aliens.
Oh yeah, that makes
There
sense.
you go.
Okay.
Number 2 was Friday the 13th. Number 3 was Top Gun. 4 was Karate Kid. 5 was The Fly.
It beat out Top Gun. Oh, Fly was still there too.
The Fly was probably out a while, Top Gun
Yeah.
was probably out a while before that.
Guess what number 10 was?
Transformers.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Duck titties.
Gotta love them duck titties.
Transformers.
The original script contained material that alluded to Jason's father, which to date remains the closest the series has ever come to shedding light on the mysterious character. In the script, Pamela's headstone is next to Jason's, a reference to the fact that someone paid to have Jason buried, explaining why he was not cremated, as the mayor said in Part 5. As well as this, there's a final scene in which Jason's father visits his son's grave, seemingly aware of the fact that Jason is not inside it. These scenes were never filmed, but made it into the film's novelization. The 09 Deluxe Edition DVD uses storyboard art and voiceover work to complete the scene. We all know this. A lot of our listeners probably don't, though.
And they did it in...
No, they didn't.
Never happened. Fan films
Never
don't count.
happened.
Shut up.
I'm just saying they tried.
Nope.
All right.
They tried.
So Chad, you're right in the sense it's the same truck, but it's not the same truck.
So it's just the same model.
Same model.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Writer-director Tom McLaughlin decided that Jason would not harm a child out of sympathy for the plight of children generated by his childhood drowning.
Mm,
All right. There you go.
director himself. All right.
Okay, let's see what else we got. The final scene to be shot was the crashing of the RV. Director Tom McLaughlin was terrified during filming, as there could only be one take, and the crashing made the scene incredibly dangerous for C.J. Graham, although it remains unclear why Graham would be in the van when it flips over, as his character is not seen until it flips to a stop.
He was in the fucking...
He was in the fucking thing.
What the fuck?
They didn't use the stunt driver. They used him.
They needed authenticity. They're like, yo,
I
bro,
guess.
we gotta do this.
Holy shit. And the way he climbs out of that
Nice
fucking
protein.
RV is so badass. Like, that's still like I love that scene where he just boom fucking punches the door open. And
Oh, look
You know
at
what always
the
made me mad though was on the back cover of the DVD or VHS. They always had the image flipped. I don't know why.
yeah.
I don't know why that upset me, but it just does. I'm like,
No, what upsets me is the image flip of Jason at the end where the fucking propeller fucking cuts him on the wrong side of the face.
yeah.
Fair.
So another thing on that RV
Is it the wrong side or did they
Yes.
do it on the wrong
No,
side?
they
in
no
part
they
six?
actually, no they did it on the wrong side in that flip scene.
They flipped
because
it.
if you see it, the propeller's coming at the left side of his face.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, oh, that's right. Fuck.
Real
It's,
quick,
it's
that-
the belt twist.
that
all over
RV
again.
scene. If you look on top of that RV, that's an air conditioning unit that flies off. The producer wanted that for his personal use. The crew hated him, strapped it to the top of that RV so it could fly off. He cried when it crashed
That's awesome.
because he was
yeah.
because he was the one.
Damn the man.
He was the one who took away stuff that they wanted, and he says, "Oh, they need it for another movie." Sorry, because they
Mm,
wanted to get under budget and done in time.
Mm-hmm.
fair enough. What else we got, Chad Eddie?
This is the last film in the series to feature the character of Tommy, the protagonist from the fourth film onward. This is why the next sequel is titled The New Blood.
Yeah, with Tina.
Which it was originally supposed to be Carrie.
Yep.
Fair.
This is the first film in the series in which all teenage roles are played by young adults, none of the actors being teenagers in real life during production.
Nice. It's all ambiguous.
So we can say they're hot.
Right.
Thank you.
They just don't. They just didn't look like teenagers, so I never assumed they were. Like
No,
maybe,
I took young
maybe
20s.
Court looked like the youngest one.
Maybe he was 18 pushing.
Court looked like he was the youngest one hanging out with a bunch of older chicks because he knew he was going to get some ass.
I'm telling you,
Good man.
Court could have nailed any girl in that movie.
Oh, yeah, he could have.
Guaranteed. That dude was a pussy magnet.
Court reminds me of a young Scuba Steve. Oh, to be 19 again.
At 19, I had no game. Melanie Kinnaman, who starred as Pam in the previous installment, actually signed on to reprise her role for this film. However, the producers decided to go in a new direction for this film, which excluded Kinnaman's character. And a part of that is because they also wanted Reggie back, but he didn't want to come back because his character was going to be killed off.
They want to kill Reggie? What the fuck, man? That's bullshit. That is bull.
In order to keep the film's storyline a secret, the production was given the fake title Aladdin Sane, both as a pun, Aladdin Sane, yep, referencing the storyline of a mental patient pursued by a killer, and in keeping with the series' tradition of using David Bowie's song album titles as fake names, an LP of Bowie's Aladdin Sane can be seen on the table in the girls' cabin approximately 33 minutes into the movie.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
$1 million.
She is a kitten, and she is getting in everything.
Nice.
So I had a stupid sidebar, but I had a cat named Mr. Bigglesworth one time. Damn thing got run over. And my friend's mom made the worst joke and said, "Oh, well, now it's a pancake, so we're going to call it Mr. Buttersworth."
Oh,
yes.
that's horrible, but
awesome.
funny.
That's awesome.
My friend Javi's mom was like, "Well, now he's Mr. Buttersworth." And I'm like, what the fuck?
Was it like instantaneous? Like instant, like
yeah, it was like, yeah, like.
Was she a single mom? Because that is a total dad joke.
No, she was not. She was not a single mom.
Oh,
she was not a single mom, but they were, and the family was from Mexico, but she was like quick with the corpse all the time. Like I was all, I couldn't even be mad. I wanted to laugh, but I was sad.
That's good. That's a really good
awesome.
one.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay.
Continue.
There was a shot of the three heads falling to the ground after the triple decapitation, but McLaughlin cut it himself as he didn't think that it looked good.
Yeah, it was
He
fine
thought
the
it
way
didn't
was,
look.
to be honest.
Oh, I thought
The triple decapitation was removed because of that.
I thought it
Yeah,
was removed.
I thought
for
the MPAA removed
That's what
it.
everybody says.
Yeah, well, that's what they said in the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray box set. They said that the MPAA removed it.
They probably suggested it, and he went with it because he didn't like it anyway.
Because they were talking about some like awesome rig that they had fucking set up for it to where it looked like so fucking smooth, but they could only use it one time. And so I guess like the second time they tried to do it, it looked like shit or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, Lisbeth is played by the director's wife, Nancy McLaughlin. They met at Paramount Studios while he was playing the monster in John Frankenheimer's Prophecy. She does her own stuff here and continues to tell anyone who will listen that the water was freezing cold.
Yeah, she did tell that a lot at Blairstown.
They are also now divorced,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad.
Probably because she wouldn't shut the fuck up about the cold water.
I think, I don't know. I can't speculate, but we'll talk about it off air.
Okay,
Fair enough.
fine. Continue.
Although not credited as a stuntman, C.J. Graham did all his own Jason stunts in the film, including being yanked by wires during gunshot scenes and being set on fire in the climactic scene.
Holy shit.
He was also the one who bursted through that the wall. Tom McLaughlin said to him, says, "You have to do this in one take. It's okay if you can't." And he did it in one take, and afterwards he goes, "Pussy."
Dude, we got 2 rage mode scenes in this one.
Yes,
He burst
did.
through fucking twice.
Yeah.
And I actually, And I actually think, if I'm correct, so when you see him come through the door, that's the door. But when you see him come through the wall, I think it's that same door, but they set it up so as it had the cutout already. So it was obviously easier to come through, so they
Right.
didn't have to actually make it. If I'm correct, I think that's true.
That makes sense. Since, like you said, they wanted to be under budget and under time, so yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. The climactic scene in which Megan attacks Jason with the outboard motor was actually filmed in 3 different locations. The underwater shots were filmed in a temperature-controlled tank in Los Angeles. The above-water shots were filmed in a murky Georgia lake. And the shots of the motor actually cutting Jason's mask and neck were filmed in Tom McLaughlin's father's swimming pool, actually ruining the pool filter in the process.
Oh, shit.
His father thought it was the greatest thing ever, and his mom was like, "What are you doing?"
You know, I don't the ending kind of irks me.
Which part?
Because
which
how
part of it?
how does a boat propeller finally like just kill him? Like I don't get that. Like he was shot in the head, he was blasted with a shotgun, he's gone through all this shit, and then it was just the propeller cutting his neck that fucking.
Well, I
did it.
think it's also digging into his neck and face too. It's probably, I don't know.
I know, but if you see it at the end, he's still alive and kicking. His eyes still aware. It's like it just put him in like suspended animation or something. And he couldn't have been that far under the surface of the water either.
Well, fuck. I don't know. I mean, we get a whole guy-ass fucking barge in the next one that fucking electrocutes him back to life.
That was 8.
That's 8.
Oh, that is 8. How does he come back to life in the next one?
Tina.
Oh, Tina. That's right. Fuck. Wow, I'm tired. Don't listen to me.
All right, boys. What did I miss? Where are we at?
We are.
I had a brain fart and confused the beginning of part 8 and part 7.
Yeah.
Oh. Part 8's electricity, part 7 psychic.
7's
bullshit.
psychic, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not bullshit. It's fun.
McLaughlin ultimately shot 3 endings, 2 of which were not included on the film's DVD release. In one ending, Jason's mask floats to the surface of Crystal Lake, having become detached during his struggle with Megan. In another, Deputy Cologne tries to reach the jail cell keys after having been locked in by Tommy and Megan. The door of the police station bursts open and the film abruptly ends, indicating that Jason managed to get free. The producers disliked both of these endings, as each one left Jason's survival ambiguous and wanted it explicitly shown on screen that he was still capable of returning for a sequel. As a result, McLaughlin shot the film's used ending, showing a close-up of Jason's open, twitching eye.
I would have actually liked the one where the mask comes up. It still might say, "Oh, he's dead," but you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, didn't we get that in part 09?
They took the mask off of him and threw him in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he was still alive at the end anyway.
Yep. Alrighty. Anything else, Chad?
Let's see. There's an additional part here about Elias, but we talked enough about it, so I don't have to go into that. The following scenes were cut to avoid an X rating. Hawes' insides were ripped out of his body by Jason. He dragged the guts and heart out. He dropped them on the ground where his heart lay steaming.
Damn.
Yeah, we were supposed to
talk
see
about the typical decapitation. The 2 camp counselors in the car's deaths was also trimmed. The part where the woman is speared in the water originally showed a close-up shot of blood coming to the surface of the water with the air bubbles. The man was speared, lifted in the air, and then slid down the spear, leaving his insides on it.
Nice.
Jason shoved the broken bottle into the caretaker's neck, and he falls to the ground as the camera gets a close-up of the blood coming out of the bottle.
That should have happened.
Court's death originally was not as quick cut, and you could actually see the knife going into his head before he falls over.
Yeah.
I'm happy with what we got, though. It worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
For his death, yes.
The wall-to-wall blood cabin originally had a lot more blood and guts in it. There were shots of livers and hearts running down the walls, but it was all thought too graphic to have in the film. By the way, I love the fact that they felt that scene was so shocking they had it twice in the movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood.
It's a lot of
2
blood.
gallons goes a long way.
The back-breaking sheriff scene had more to it. There were more screams, more bone crunching, and his legs began to kick. Which would make no sense because his spinal column would have been severed.
Yeah.
At the very end, okay, the Elias Voorhees ending was cut, but I don't think that was ever filmed. Sissy's death was toned down. Originally, you could see her head torn off and dropped.
Oh, nice.
And
Should have booted that shit.
that's all I got, buddy.
All righty. Well, thank you very much, Dark Lord.
My pleasure.
Yes.
all right.
Let's do these.
Gentlemen, what format did you watch this on?
Scream Factory Blu-ray.
Same.
Yeah, HDX fucking digital. So, Voodoo, I guess. Yeah, that's what I
Voodoo.
watched. Douche of the film, Tommy.
I mean, it
all
was
his fault.
It's his
It's
fault,
all
dude.
his fault. And he
you're
didn't
kinda
listen to his
right.
friend.
If
You're
this
kinda right.
if he just had listened to his friend, then have been like, you know what? Let's not do this. And then they just would have went to a Taco Bell, laughed a little bit, and then that would have been the end of the movie.
Or instead of digging him up, why not just stay around for a bit so you can see that he's not coming out of the grave. He's not fucking around killing anybody. It's been a peaceful time in Forest Green. You'd have been okay if you'd have spent a couple days there, dumbass.
You know, I always
But
love
no.
in how in these movies it shows them digging a grave, and it seems like it takes like 10
Instantaneously?
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that would take me all fucking night to even dig down half that.
It doesn't take that short a time.
It takes about 4 hours.
Exactly. They make
You
it seem
did
like
yours
it's
in
nothing.
4, or I did mine in 3.
4.
It's always like that
But then
on
it depends,
Supernatural, though, too. They're like, all right, we got to dig this grave.
But that wasn't a
Scene
6-foot
wipe.
grave anyway.
All right.
Jason was not buried 6 feet deep.
Well, the
that was
grave
challenge,
itself is 6
fuck.
feet, but you have to you remove a few feet for the casket itself.
Yeah.
But, all righty. Favorite kill?
Ooh.
I'm going to go with back.
The heart punch, because that was the one that made you just go, oh yeah, no human can do this.
I'm with Bobby. That was the one that got me too.
That was a good one. I'm gonna go with the head twist.
Ooh, that is
Word.
nice
That's
one.
solid as well.
Very rubbery looking, but I was all for it.
All right. Best scene.
God.
Court driving the camper.
He was,
What are you doing back there, babe?
he was driving it like it was a sports car.
Yes, he
Fuck
was.
yeah. This truck handles pretty good. Woo!
Actually,
Pooping back there.
I will say when Jason is watching Paula talk to the girl and he stalks her through the cabin.
Ooh, that was nice.
Because he's just so gracefully like, I'm going to get you. You just don't know when.
See, I was thinking that too, but I think I'm gonna go similar to what John said. The whole scene with fucking Tommy and Megan and the Firebird
Ooh, that was also
driving around fucking
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto style.
That's hilarious as well.
Dukes of Hazzard style.
Yeah.
Sure, Dukes of Hazzard style. I'm gonna go with the opening scene. I mean,
I almost
you
went with
get
that too.
Frankenstein Jason. I mean, it's the start of the whole fucking movie, and it's just great. Like some of the openings of the movies have been kind of like, you know, because it didn't do what the other ones did and tell you what happened beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
This was boom, we're here.
Yeah, we got a cold open.
You know, and Tommy's digging the shit up. We know what he's gonna do, and then everything just goes to shit from then on. So that's what I'm going with. Opening scene.
I like it. Okay, so that leads us to worst moment or scene.
I have to give it to the sex scene. It just didn't look natural.
I'm going with Quartz. I'm going with Quartz fucking Indian tail because it was just so stupid.
I love that though. He was not prepared to teach these kids anything. He was just making it up on the spot.
No. Okay, I take it back. Worst scene for me, because the acting was shitty, was when the two boys were under the bed and he looks over and goes, "So what were you gonna be when you grew up?"
Dude, that made me laugh. I was gonna.
Yeah, but it's funny, but it's for me like it's just eh.
I would have to say when the deputy's in there with Tommy and Megan, I wanted to just slap him across the face so hard. So
that was some pretty lousy acting on his part.
On his part, yeah. So that scene does it for me.
I'll get it, babe.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think I'm gonna have to add the added. So I like when he kills the groundskeeper, but the random like added couple in just seems so throwaway. So it's just like, meh, I didn't need those. I mean, yeah, it was another twofer to add, but you know.
Damn, I don't know that.
So, okay, everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
Opening scene, dude, it's solid. Yes,
Of course,
One of the best opening scenes in a movie ever.
Yeah. Steve said everything that I need to say, so that's how
Yeah.
I'll go with that. All right, most attractive character.
Ooh, this is tough. I love Megan and I love Paula.
I gotta give it to Nikki, the girl court.
I am
Nikki.
quoting Freddy Krueger in
God damn it, Steve.
There you go.
in Freddy versus Jason.
God damn it, Steve.
How sweet, dark meat. And I am going with Elizabeth because God damn it.
Yeah, I'm going with Elizabeth as well, man, because
Well, her first name's Elizabeth.
Oh yeah.
With Sissy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her too, man, because that mullet she was just rocking it.
Okay,
dude,
I
so.
want to give runner up to that handsome fucking cop that had the perfectly sculpted hair.
That was checking himself out in the fucking
Yeah.
enchilada.
That dude looked like Scott Conant, if you know who that is, celebrity chef.
Okay.
He's a regular judge on Chopped. If you watched it.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely had the very masculine features going on. All right, so let's see what else we got here. All right, do the score set the mood?
Oh god,
yeah.
absolutely.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Classic
This is
score.
my favorite. One of my favorite scores.
Right.
Part 5 is my favorite out of the series.
Yeah, and then so that leads us to best song.
Now this is gonna.
Man behind the mask.
Oh, this is tough.
I'm gonna go Teenage Frankenstein, dude.
I'm gonna go with Hard Rock Summer.
You know something? I'm not picking one. I'm
I-
picking all three because I'm an
I-
Alice fan. I love Alice.
You gotta pick one.
No,
you gotta pick one.
No,
Come on.
I choose not to be part of this. I choose not to. All right, fine.
See,
Bob,
all
Mr.
3 of
Wood.
those are on my iPod, but every time fucking Hard Rock Summer comes up, I just want to hit the gas.
Bob was so mad he left.
No, I can't. I was so
I
mad
know.
he didn't want to pick. I took him off.
All right,
okay.
fine. No. Man behind the mask.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
after
Teenage Frankenstein, man, that was a
Yeah,
song.
they're all good songs.
That was a
yeah.
song for me in high school because I certainly felt.
after I watched this, I had to put on the bonus disc and watch the music video for Man Behind the Mask.
Yeah,
It's been a
there
long
you go.
time.
Right? Okay, so you know what? It's always nice when we can actually answer the best song question. Like,
Yeah,
with
we don't get
with
to a lot of
authority too. You know what I mean? Like we all had different picks. All right, so favorite character.
Court. I just liked him. He's the guy.
I
He
did
seems like
too,
someone you
man.
want to hang out with.
I'm gonna be cliche. I'm going with Tommy.
I'm gonna go with. You know something? The sheriff.
Oh, good pick.
Okay.
I
dad
do
character.
like his character, honestly. Yeah, he's a hard ass, but
Right,
he's,
he's
also
not
just like
Yeah,
I
but
am
he was
trying to
just
do my
like
job.
we
I like
said.
it.
He was just doing his
Mhm.
job as a sheriff and a dad.
Yeah,
Yes.
he wasn't overly aggressive. He wasn't a prick. He just
And I know Bobby, you can't relate, but one day you will.
Mhm.
As fathers to
Daughters.
daughters.
yeah.
I mean, come on. You can't say we wouldn't.
Especially if
all
you
act
know
that
the
same
dude's
way.
coming from the psych ward and he's
Right?
having issues.
Yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
wow, what? No. In any other reality situation, this would be screaming huge red flags, but this is a horror movie, so fuck it. All right. Was it scary?
Not really.
Wait, all right,
No.
see, we have to
Maybe
look
questionable?
at see this question for us is we know the answer is no. The problem is someone else is going to watch this. Guys, we're all jaded, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
But I'm even 4-year-old me wasn't scared of this movie.
Yeah, even
No.
as far as the Friday the 13th movies, I don't think
What
this.
the fuck do you have in your hands?
What? It's a brain.
What the?
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
I thought it was intestines.
This is a running joke between me and my brother-in-law. So he just ran. For some reason, he started it. He had this, and like he just keeps giving it to me in random situations. So it's like, but it's not just like. So like case like I don't even remember how it started, but the last time we just had the barbecue a couple weeks ago, and the fucker left it in my microwave. So I go to use the microwave the next day, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? God damn it, Brian!"
Oh,
So now I just got to
fucking
come up
great.
to figure out how to I dropped it off in his mailbox last time, so now I got to figure out. I'm like, well, how the
Have
fuck
it
am I going to get
delivered.
into his goddamn house?
Have
you
it
did last-
delivered on Father's Day.
Yes,
He's not
there
a
you
dad
go.
though, but yeah. I could still use something around that way though. Anyways, it's fun to play with, dude. It's super squishy.
Anyways, continue.
Oh fuck! All right, does it hold up today? Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
does.
fuck yeah, it does.
I
Yes,
think
it
it's. I still think it's one of the best Fridays. How was the acting?
Good for the most part.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
95% solid.
Rick was terrible, and the paintballers were
bang.
pretty terrible.
Ya bang.
I don't know, man. I thought the paintballers were pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially the get back to the pile, dude. The goddamn women. Playing paintball. In the goddamn kitchen.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
I
dude.
definitely think the acting in this is wonderful
Ridiculous.
all around, even the bad.
Cinematography.
Nothing
think
to
there's any-
write home about.
But the shot that you like, Bobby, with him stalking Paula through the
That was a good
beautiful.
shot.
That was a very good
That is
shot.
beautiful.
But I mean, even the shot with him walking through the woods, like that was a damn good shot too.
I like
will
the
say,
shot
you
of
know,
him. I like the shot of him walking into the camp too. It's just
Yes.
showing him from behind, like slowly
the-
stalking into.
you know
I
what?
should say.
I will say good cinematography because even in the graveyard scene in the beginning of just like you don't realize how big that graveyard is until like Tommy's running through it in the daytime later on. You're like, God damn,
Good point.
dude, they were really.
Well, here's
fucking-
the other thing: is that graveyard you see first in the movie is not a real graveyard.
No,
either.
it's a set.
well,
all
yeah.
is set. But yeah, I would definitely say it's a grade A cinematography. Just I don't want to say nothing to write home about, but it's good. It's really good. The
It's good, but
lighting-
I wouldn't give it a grade A. I'd say a grade B. Grade A, that's like fucking Cundy level.
give it a B plus. I think a B plus is fair.
There's some good
solid.
lighting
I'll give it
spots
solid.
in this though, dude. Like I will say, you gotta give kudos. Like all the night scenes in the woods were properly lit. Nothing was
Mhm.
too dark. You could see all the characters. I think him, even when he was looking, when he was looking at the little girl, they had this kind of weird shimmering going on off of his
Yeah.
mask. But the way it looked really cool, and it just like it looked that much scarier because it kind of kept going in and out from light to dark. I will agree with Rich. I don't know about the machete looking fake. It was the blood on the machete for me. It
Yeah,
was a
the-
little
yeah,
too
I'll agree with that.
little too jelly thick. Just
It's a little
Kaylee!
coagulated.
oh my goodness. What's
What's up,
Miss
Kaylee?
Diaz? Mrs. Diaz. Did you like the premise?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
dude. We finally get zombie Jason, man, and that's what I'm all about.
Yep.
Was the climax satisfying? Yes,
Yes.
It was just as satisfying as the first time the girlfriend and I. Oh, anyway, yeah, it was satisfying.
That's
Oh,
right.
buddy.
It was, man. Like you got that whole like crazy firefight on the fucking lake, and it's a real scuffle. Like it feels like a good end fight in comparison to any of the other Friday 13th
Yes.
because it actually feels like a fight.
Yes.
Okay, so that leads to recycle, rewind, remake, reboot. I don't even know why I'm asking this question. We're on
Yeah,
a-
don't, yeah, it rewinds
Rewind it
forever.
over and over again, buddy.
Yeah. All right, so let's just go-
Rewind, and if you want to reboot the series, reboot it after this.
But make Jason look like part 7 then. Tattered.
Well, yeah, because he's been in the water. Fuck it.
Yes.
He's been in the water this entire time from fucking 86 until now.
That'd be cool.
That's a long ass time. All right, let's do the score.
So we're gonna rate this bitch, and Mr. Kane started us off with a 4.6. So Mr. Monet,
5.0.
where do you go?
5.0.
5.0. Okay, straight up perfect 5. Oops,
Same.
perfect 5. Hey, Daddy,
I'm gonna go a little lower and go 4.75.
4.75, and I'm gonna agree with Brody. I think it's a 4.6.
All right.
Okay. Divide that bitch by 5.
All right, get my handy dandy notebook.
That is a 4.79, which gives us a 4.8.
4.8.
Look at that, Heather.
Look at Heather.
caught it,
Woo!
Heather. Yeah, buddy.
4.8.
And that is an absolutely fucking fair score
Yes,
for this
I
film.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, you know, and anybody that has not seen Friday the 13th, I mean, this is a good one. If you see any of them, watch this.
This is the perfect Friday 13th if you're going to show
Yeah.
anybody anything.
This
Yeah.
is a good
Yeah.
starter. Very good.
Even the sex scene isn't over. I mean,
I feel like
there's
this is
no
even
titties.
like as a.
You could watch it with a
I
kid.
was going to say, right, as for like little kids, I feel like this would be the one closest that you could.
By the way, speaking of the sex scene, did you guys notice you can hear Court taking the condom off after he's done?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
yes, you
I
can.
fucking bet.
I didn't see the
you-
subtitles for it.
If you if you just listen, all you hear is pulls it off.
Yeah, you hear like a snap.
Only 10 more minutes.
He's over here like, yeah, fuck you.
Oh, man. All right. So next episode, sir.
Okay, so next episode is a fun one, and I gotta say, I don't think I've seen it since it was in theaters. Maybe once after, but we're watching Arachnophobia,
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
and I
Arachnophobia,
believe this is a Brody pick, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look.
hell yeah, dude! I actually have this on.
Yeah,
I
this is a
fucking
Brody
hate
pick.
Spiders.
I love arachnophobia.
I love it. Absolutely.
Ugh, I already got the fucking
The heebie-jeebies.
tinglies.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Especially when that one little one goes on the counter and starts doing his little dance move.
Dude, that movie fucked me up so much. Like I don't have an issue with spiders, okay? Because I know they do a lot for the fucking ecosystem and shit. But
Yeah, but that end scene, bro.
anytime I see a spider around me, I'm like, Black Widow! Ah! Everything's a Black Widow to me until I realize it's not.
I thought you were
Hey.
going to say everything's a tarantula, monstrous and big until you look at it and go, it still is.
That's fair.
My biggest fear is to be either bit by a fucking Black Widow or a brown recluse. Like that is my greatest fear.
Dude, a buddy of mine.
When I go to hell, it's just gonna be fucking spiders biting me.
No,
buddy,
you're-
of mine,
no,
a
you're-
buddy of mine got bit by a brown recluse a couple years ago, and he kept showing pictures of it on Facebook, how bad it got. It was nasty. He had to go to the wound clinic and everything to get it all cleaned up.
Fuck all that.
I actually
Ugh.
think their bites are a little worse than Black Widows because you need a few bites from a Black Widow or multiple to really have it be fatal.
I still don't want to get bit by a spider.
I'm
buddy.
not saying you have to.
They're
I'm
not
saying.
gonna give me spider powers.
Right?
No, but you're gonna
I
go.
wish-
No, you're gonna.
I wish.
Your hell is gonna be like fucking Aragog from Harry Potter.
No, that's
Ass.
Brody's hell. That is Brody's hell.
That's Brody's life in Australia.
That is his life. Have you seen her Aragog lately, Brody? Tell us, how is she?
Ah, shit.
Anyway, continue.
All right, so we're gonna get close to wrapping this up, but before we do, we're gonna discuss a few things a little nerdy that we got that came out this week or happened, or all that good shebang.
Okay,
Boys?
So I think
talk nerdy to me, baby.
Okay, I think the first one we need to talk about is the one that ties directly to our movie, and that's the fact that they announced a couple days ago that the Friday the 13th game that is out now will be delisted at the end of this year, which means you won't be able to buy it, you won't be able to download it, but if you have it, you'll still be able to play it at least until the end of 2024.
So are the servers getting completely shut down after the fact? Are you still going to be able to play online
After 2024, they might be. We don't know. There is an end for it.
And it's only $5, and all of the DLC is like 99 cents or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
The only
So, if
DLC I didn't get was that whole emote pack because I never gave a shit about that.
Yeah, same.
And when I saw that, I actually had an idea. If you guys have the game, we
I
should
do.
all jump on and play it just for shits and giggles,
I do have it.
and live stream
Yeah.
us playing the
Oh,
game.
that'd be
I-
fun.
We could do that.
As
I
I got-
We'll have
It's
to get a
been a
couple. We'll have to
long
get a
minute.
couple other people that we know.
I don't
I can
remember
get
if it's
Galloway
cross.
in a minute, dude. That wouldn't
Is
be-
it cross-platform?
I
No.
don't think.
I only have it on Xbox, so
I've only got it
Yeah.
on PS4.
damn. I do know one game that we do all have that is cross-platform that we haven't really played.
Evil Dead,
Yep.
Ghostbusters.
That we still have to
Both
do.
those. Evil Dead and Ghostbusters. Yeah.
I swear
Um,
we're never all on Ghostbusters at the same time.
because we never had. We're like when you guys would jump on, I was like, "Fuck, I'm doing something."
Yep. And vice
Okay,
versa.
but there is a silver lining, and that's the fact that Harry Manfredini himself dropped that they are working on another Friday the 13th game. He won't say exactly what it is, but that it's just going to be completely different from the player versus
Asymmetric
player.
style.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's not going to be a multiplayer online thing. What I'm hoping for is that it's going to be like The Quarry.
See,
That'd be fucking dope.
Right.
I,
Because there's so many possible outcomes of that game. It would work so well with a Friday the 13th game.
I would
That
still.
would be fucking dope.
Well, for me, I would love that. I still would like also if we
Either-
could play as Jason a little bit.
I would say either that or
I don't
almost.
care if I play for Jason or not. I would
No,
rather.
no, no. I don't want to play as like I'm almost thinking even almost like Outlast, maybe something along those lines. I don't know if you guys ever played Outlast or not.
I think
I
would play.
did.
Oh, I
Oh,
have.
dude.
Yes.
I did, but you couldn't fight back in those games. That was it's just
No,
hide and
but how
seek.
many people? Okay,
Oh,
you can
that's
still
just
try.
Dead by Daylight too.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that Dead by Daylight does get Jason now as a downloadable character.
That would be nice.
But they just got Nicolas Cage. Do they really need?
They
Jason?
got everybody. They have Leatherface. They have fucking Michael Myers. I mean, they have everybody except for Jason.
Except for Stranger Things, they lost that deal.
Yes, they did.
Hey,
they had
playing
it,
as a Demogorgon
yeah.
anyways.
Oh, they got rid of the Demogorgon. Whatever.
Like if you bought it before, you can still play it, but it's not available anymore.
Word. All right. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Spirits Unleashed also announced a upcoming DLC coming out, and I believe in October. It was announced, but we're gonna be getting the fucking big bad himself, Sam Hain.
Yeah.
From real Ghostbusters. No idea of what the fuck's happening. All we know is we see a hand on the Ecto. I'm hoping not only it brings in a whole new extra story, but a whole new gameplay style. Bringing a whole new gameplay, maybe a couple ghosts versus Ghostbusters instead. I still think you do one where there's 3 ghosts versus 4 Ghostbusters, and the 3 ghosts have to build a construct in order to make like a fucking destroyer. I think it would be
that'd be fucking
That'd be
cool.
really cool, actually.
I think it'd
That'd
be
be fucking real cool.
I think it'd be super sweet.
I do hope we get a story mode for it.
I mean, the story mode that was
I
in
mean,
there was fine, but it wasn't a lot. It was very
it was short. It was short though.
Very short.
And I want them to give us more, DLC story mode for it, because I mean, this is a perfect game to fucking do it. You have so much from the cartoons that you could fucking give us, and we would just eat it up. Give me a boogeyman. Give me a goddamn boogeyman story.
So what I want to know is when the new movie drops, are they going to update the Ecto from the Afterlife Ecto in there to the new quote unquote Firehouse Ecto? They haven't.
I hope so. Yet. I like that red.
That would be that wouldn't be a very hard to change.
No, not at all. But it's so funny, dude, because I've seen so many Ghostbuster motherfuckers just bitching about like how they hate the new stripes on it and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if any of y'all played fucking Burnout Paradise, but they had a DLC where you can get the Ecto one. It wasn't the official Ecto one, but it was the Ecto one in Burnout Paradise, and that's what they had it made. It had these like solid stripes that went from the fins all the way to the front end, and it looked fucking badass. And I'm kind of happy they're going with this. 2, marketing. They're doing this so you can sell a different version of the Ecto. It's the easiest fuck. Like, you've already sold numerous ones of the Ecto 1, and then you have the Ecto 1A. And then there's like the 5 people that like the 2016 one. And then you have the Afterlife rusted out the fuck with the ladder on the other side. You have different variants of each. So now, from the Afterlife to that, it's cleaned up. Add some more. I'm thinking they give it racing stripes because of what's his name's all in. You know what I mean? He's in the cars and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, speaking of Ecto, just real quick, I always hated, though, especially as these movies now went on, they always gave the Ecto 1A a little, I feel, a little disrespect, because they always like to go back to the original. I'm like, yo, Ecto 1A, man, just it had it. They used
because it had too much shit on the roof rack, dude. It was too heavy.
Well, no, Bobby, see,
what is that, Bobby? What is that shit going in front of your camera?
Yeah, is that a poltergeist?
No, my cat.
The cat.
Oh, dude, I thought it was like an Ecto.
I was
mist
wondering
or
if it was
something.
a
I'm
cat.
like, what the fuck?
But like, see, what I'm getting at is like the first Ghostbusters game we got had the original Ecto, but it had still some Ghostbusters 2 detail. I like that they kept some detail to indicate, yes, this is still the same car. It's now a good combination,
I think it was it's a hindsight kind of thing, and they were just like, dude, that car was too cluttered. There's way too much shit going on that one. We got to detail that down a little bit.
Because I will say, I mean, I love the Ecto 1, the original. Ecto 1A, I don't know, man. That one.
See, I still go based off, dude, that they're 2 different cars. Like, I think Ecto 1A, I could be wrong. They never explain it, but
this is true. They never do.
I don't know.
But anyway,
do we know anything about the frozen Ghostbusters? I'm gonna say it's something to do with hell freezing over. Hopefully. Other than that, no. And they've been very tight-lipped on it.
Which I'm glad they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
so
that's
am I.
fantastic. Because I want a new villain. I don't want anybody fucking rehashed again. We've already did it once.
We don't need it.
It worked well enough, but let's go new. It's time to progress.
Well, like I said, there's so many fucking ghosts and shit from the cartoons that they could bring to live action.
Dude.
Even from fucking Ghostbusters Extreme,
Bro.
Like,
dude, you could bring essentially essentially Hellraiser in, because they have the Extreme Ghostbusters Hellraiser in, dude.
Yeah, those fucking Cenobites.
That episode was fucked, man. If anybody remembers.
Oh yeah,
that.
it was fucked.
Like, there's
bro.
actually people that die in that episode, and like nobody. It's like, no, man, Those ghosts literally
They're
murder
dead. Yeah, they
motherfuckers,
murdered
dude.
people.
They don't give a shit.
I've never watched Extreme Ghostbusters.
Dude, it had that
It's on
weird
Tubi, I think.
that, and I think it's also on YouTube. You can watch them.
Yeah.
It had that 1997 Godzilla Men in Black kind of art style, but also that theme of like sometimes there was some shit that was really dark in it. You're like, damn, dude, fucking solid.
I'm not gonna lie, that fucking Godzilla cartoon from the 90s was pretty badass.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
A lot better than fucking Godzuki.
Also, like Jordan said, tomorrow is Jason's birthday.
Yes, it
so
is.
how fitting that we reviewed this today.
So yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, new MK1 gameplay trailer, which was fantastic. And your boy Big Johnny D probably watched that way too many fucking times. I'm gonna say at least a solid 10 times the first day.
I have not
To
watched
which
it yet, so I will
led
watch.
to full pre-order, to which led me teasing my friend, and then he pre-ordered it. And I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, dude, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I know some people don't think it looks polished. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I think it looks fantastic. I'm digging the more like
Real world setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting
Dude,
that
because
too.
like like just so Kenshi and that Kenshi and Johnny Cage fight in Johnny Cage's fucking apartment. Or
Okay,
house.
what I only
Looked
watched the trailer once,
amazing.
but is Kenshi not blind in this?
I don't think he is.
Okay, then I didn't miss that.
I don't think he is, but he's still got the same fucking like crazy psychic powers or telekinetic powers. But I'm happy that Cage is a main fucking fighter, because that definitely, like, I was a little nervous that he was going to be just cameo only, and so that I feel like,
And
I don't want to say it solidifies it.
And this is like movie arrogant Johnny Cage too.
Yes,
Love
OG, like, dude, I'm so happy and I'm so ready.
Is he being voiced by Van Damme?
So yes and no. So they reprised
skin?
They reprised the voice actor from X and 11 for Cage again, which that dude's fucking fantastic, and I forget his name at the time being. But for the Van Damme skin, they had Van Damme voice all the Johnny Cage lines.
Nice.
Oh,
so it's
fuck
like
yeah.
they,
So,
That's cool.
it's like they did
Okay.
with the Green Arrow in Injustice.
Well, I was going to say it's also like they did with Lyndon Ashby and Johnny Cage in MK11.
That's right.
Because that's my favorite Cage skin, dude. Because I'm like, bro, it's Lyndon fucking Ashby, dude. That's the only thing that sucked about 11 is you had fucking him, you had Sonya, you had Shang Tsung, and Raiden. But god damn it, they never gave us Robin Shao. And I'm like, give me fucking Robin Shao as Liu Kang, god damn it. It would just be the ultimate. But they did say there's one more celebrity person that's coming in to play somebody in this game, but they haven't announced it. I fucking hope to God it would be that, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Either way, man,
I'm excited for
September
that.
is gonna be fucking.
Yeah.
I can't fucking, dude. I've been playing. So if I'm on my Xbox, I'm like, all right, playing 11 here. But then anytime I got to go upstairs and do like family bullshit, I'm like, all right, I'm on 11 on my Switch.
I'm excited. Like I said, I've never played
That
Mortal
kills me
Kombat,
that
but
you
this,
bought it on both
but
systems.
this is the
dude.
game that I will be buying.
Probably gonna
play.
do it again with this one, bro. I might wait a little bit to get the Switch version though. But is there anything else nerdy before we close this bitch up? We're at 2 and 3, so
I do just have one thing. They did change the title of Captain America: New World Order to Brave New World.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Don't know why, but they did.
Oh, and the Fury series is going to be a series, Secret Invasion. I thought it was going to be a
yes,
movie.
You can watch.
no, I
you
knew
can
it was
watch
all-
the first.
Oh.
You can watch the first 5 minutes online if you figure out the secret code.
I just assume wait for this series to
I'll
drop.
wait.
It comes out like what, in a couple weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah,
July, I think,
so.
yeah.
Yep. So that'll be cool. Sam Jackson. in his
Oh, and they
own-
dropped the trailer for a new Star Wars game.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they did.
What was
I
that?
didn't see that.
Boss
no.
Man dropped that. He put
Yeah,
that in
that
the
looks
chat.
Female
That was
protagonist, right?
yeah. That looked
She's a
really
fucking
good.
smuggler or something.
That looked
Yeah.
really good.
I'll have
No
to go
jet,
watch
no
it.
Jedi shit.
Yeah, so it'll be nice to play something other than a Jedi for once.
Yeah. Interesting. Nice. And then also, if you are Dune fans, Microsoft Flight Simulator will all be getting an update to where you can fly over the planet from Dune.
I
And
still need to watch that. I still haven't.
I need to as well, but my instant thought was, I was like, man, that's going to be a lot of sand. I'm sure it's gonna look fucking beautiful though.
Dude, back in the old days of like the Sega Genesis, there was this great game called Dune Battle for Arrakis. It was like a farming simulator basically, and those fucking sandworms were a bitch because you'd take your spice harvester out and you'd load it up, and the spice harvester would come back, and this fucking sandworm would just come up from out of nowhere and swallow the goddamn thing. You're like, motherfucker.
That's awesome. But alrighty, homies, I think
Yeah,
time.
I got nothing. Let's do it.
All right, Bobby, start us off, homie.
This is your killing machine, Bobby Monsi, and see you next week for Arachnophobia.
This is your host with the Ghost Prince of the Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scubacabra, saying, join me this Friday for the second part of Somewhat Supernatural's Exorcisms episode.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, and this is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, saying, come back next week, where we see the arachnids, and they have 8 legs, and they just want to give you a great big old hug.
On your throat and kill you.
Yeah. And I'm your Fluffmaster Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying adios, Gorehounds. Thank you once again for joining us for another fantastic episode.
Share it everywhere.
Share it if you can.
Share it
up. Either the video or the audio when it drops. And last but not least, to all the daddies out there, happy Father's Day, homies.
Well,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, guys.
That's right. Adios, cheese bags. Stay fresh.
Yeah.
Spider Dick.